Oh, yeah. What up, everybody? This is Moose with the Off the Menu podcast, episode 111. 111, babies. And I'm here with my brothers, my co-hosts, the delectable, the indestructible Tay.
He said delectable.
I can't think of a name, so the goatee go stash you up.
What?
Motherfucking P in the building. And then, of course, everybody, we got a special guest, a very special guest today. We got Kendell from the Utah Car Meet, Mr. Car Enthusiast. He's a go-getter, big stepper. He going crazy. Woo. Damn, I was holding in a burp that entire last part.
That's why the intro kind of got scuffed.
Why?
He said why?
He said Utah Weekend Car Meet.
Utah Weekend Car Meet?
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, I never
lot.
get through an intro without fucking up a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of the
Most
staple.
importantly,
We got Sifu Ying in the back. Ooh, damn, I haven't heard that one in a fat minute.
Yeah, that was a loud one. Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 111 Off the Menu podcast. That's funny. You didn't have anything to say about him, but
I did. I said the goatee stash you up.
I don't know.
I don't know what he was
I
trying to get
couldn't
at,
make
dude.
out what he was trying to say either.
What is he
I
trying
thought
to?
it was fine. I thought you guys.
No, I'm not. No, I just said I couldn't make out. You know,
The goatee go stash you up. That was off the top.
of the dome.
Okay, that was pretty cool then. But thank you guys for tuning in to episode 111 Off the Menu podcast. We have Kendell here representing Utah Weekend Car Meets. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
His episodes are kind of getting scuffed because one episode was double booked.
Yep.
Really?
And, yeah, one of his. So he was booked on the same day as someone else, but that person was booked before him. But somehow the dates got
Oh, really?
mixed up. And then the second time, power shuts off at the house.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
I do remember.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Canceled because you're shut. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause they were
Well,
doing
there's no way to
stuff on
shoot it.
Vader,
Yeah. But thank you for taking your time still out and coming onto the podcast and hanging out with us and talking some shit and
Yeah. Thank you.
getting to know you. Before we get into the episode, we do have bad news with a heavy heart from the Off the Menu family. Please go and give your prayers and whatever you guys can, the energy to Boo Boo, Keela, Jennifer, and the family because baby Janora is no longer with us. She had fought for 22 long days, and on September 11th, around 7 p.m., she passed away. So if you guys have your time, please go send all your love to the family because, without Boo Boo, a lot of this wasn't going to happen.
Truly, yeah.
This
100%.
podcast, the family that we've been able to build over the years and, everything we kind of do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to keep doing this still without him knowing what's going on in his life. So we're going to keep pushing on, though, because I know he doesn't want us to stop.
He said show keeps on going.
Yeah, the show keeps going.
Yep.
So
Sorry for your guys' loss. So
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was tough. Mm-hmm. But they're in a different place now in their lives, and if you guys want to support, we're still selling shirts. Or if you guys want to donate, the donations are still open. Mm-hmm. And if it's not open, you can DM one of us and then send a Venmo, Cash App, whatever it may be, to help out. Anything will help. Thank you guys to the ones that have supported and donated and everything because it's a big step for them to be able to look at that, and it helps with all the funeral costs, the hospital costs, and everything going forward.
well, and after this, I'll get that information. I'll post it on my page. So
Thank you.
Thank
put
you.
it out there for
Yeah,
everybody.
you.
So.
But let's go ahead and get into the episode. You had last week off, so how you? Well, actually, before we get into the episode, I asked P how he was doing last week.
Really? Oh, that's really sweet.
But how have you been?
That's actually really caught me off guard. I've been good though, man. I've been good. Just focusing on me, me and my family, like I always say. But something that I've been really into, I got a new sketchbook, right? And then every time I finish the sketchbook, I want to get a new one, just start the process over again. But this one I'm very excited because it's very intentional. So I'm just been kind of really working things out in there, and it's just been cool, man. At least having time for myself, and then with everything else, man, it's just good. Aside from the news that we've gotten, life is pretty good, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to hear. P, how was your last weekend? I asked you how you were last week, so I'm gonna ask you what you did on the weekend, You were out there
I was outside
representing too, though.
Again.
You got a lot of followers for us. You know, you were out there working.
Yeah, you look very, very cute in that picture, by the way. Shout out Spaz.
Appreciate you. No, yeah. Dijon did a sound design at the Old Good Grammar, which is called Cotier, I believe now. It's a nice, cute little bar. I wouldn't call it like a dive bar, but it's a nice little bar. And then we went to Varley because Simon was also doing something called Moonlight, which was Afro R&B fusion. And I was with JJ and Ebe and Osiris. It's cool. And then we were with two other girls as well that pulled up with JJ.
Dropped a bomb.
It was cool, calm. Saturday, we went to Love Language, which was at Drift Lounge, Woodbine and Drift Lounge. We were there the whole night. It was a time. It was great vibes, good music. They brought Sash Marie from San Diego, I want to say, California. And it was Spaz and Enzo. And that was really fun. Then we went to an after spot at Renee's, which was really enjoyable. Met some people, had some fun. And then Sunday was Fred again. And dude.
Yep. That looked wild.
Fred, I'm going to say this now, bro. He's the modern day Beethoven.
I saw you post that on your story.
Bro, he's a composer, man. You got to think about like the imagery he created with the venue he was at. The landscape that you're looking at is like our mountains.
Yes.
And then it's a full moon and it's dark navy blue sky.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the colors really just were
perfect.
It was good. It was good that night. And
Damn,
then
what is it? It's not USAN anymore, right?
Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
But that venue is actually so good. I haven't been there
love
in
that venue so much.
long. Last time I went there
Yeah.
was the Grateful Dead or Dead and Company with John Mayer, and it was like 5 years ago. So
Yeah.
I went there Sunday with all the people.
I love that
Aleem
venue.
and JJ and everybody. Eben ended up going even though he bought a ticket.
Why?
So we gave it to JJ. He was exhausted from the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, Ebe's like, I just want to chill. I don't know if I want to go, man. I was like, damn, that sucks. And then
Dude.
we just took JJ instead.
You gotta do like a weekend update on TikTok. You do really good. All I heard was just fucking music in the background, and then you just give people updates what's happening in the city.
What happened in the city?
Done deal.
I could do that.
And the funny thing about whatever Utah First Amphitheater, I saw fucking Dave Chappelle there with Joe Rogan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
they did do
good.
that. They did do a show like that.
I like
That's fun.
randomly bought tickets. I didn't even know who else was gonna go with me. Well, I'm like, I'm getting two.
I heard it was funny. Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an eventful weekend. I'm exhausted. Saturday night, I couldn't drive home. I was at JJ's. No, let me actually tell you this. This is actually fucked.
happened?
This is fucked. So we Uber home from the after spot on Saturday, and we get home. Me, Eve, and JJ, yeah, we're having a good time, right? We get home. JJ forgets his fucking door code. I'm sitting in the garage. Mind you, this whole car ride home, about 10 minutes, probably 5 minutes into the car ride, I'm like, oh, I gotta vomit. Oh, I gotta throw up. Over here, sweating, hot as fuck.
Oh no.
Fucking breathing like this. Like, GP, you good? Hey man, just they're having a serious, vulnerable conversation too.
Okay.
About things like
Girls.
Yeah. And I want to chime in, but I'm so fucked I can't even talk. Because if I were to talk, bleh. So we get to
I've been
JJ's
there.
house and he goes beep 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 beep. Doesn't work. He does it 3 times, and then when you do it too many times, it just locks. So you have to wait a certain amount of time to do it again. That happened 5 times. So he
Oh
put the
my
code in 3
God.
times, 3 different occasions. Stop. And so we didn't want to wake Gran up because I didn't really want to see her. I didn't want her to see me like that or any of us like that. And then he thought his window was locked. No. So he goes down, comes back up. I don't know, man. This is embarrassing, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't find out the code. Somehow gets in the house through his window because he didn't check hard enough. And he finally got me in the door. Right as I get in the house, I take off all my clothes damn near, bro. Go to the bathroom.
Oh
It
my
was so
God.
bad, bro.
How do you do it 5 times? You
I
held
don't-
it in for 5 times?
Well, what do you mean? Well, I held it in for
Yeah.
for who knows how long, bro. I was
That's
so
ridiculous.
I was in pain. I was struggling so bad.
To have a wonderful
It's a good thing that I am starting to ask these things because
We're really starting to
it's like now,
get to know about your day.
It was
Yeah.
it was fun.
yeah. Well, at least you had an eventful weekend, and that's pretty fun. At least you were relaxing, having fun, doing your stuff.
Fucking Batman, dog. I'm calling that
Okay,
sketchbook Gotham.
We're done.
We needed you.
Like, what are you doing?
I needed you.
Gotham needs me. Okay,
I needed you. I was locked out the
you
house.
never asked me for shit. Okay, if you even like send me a text 1 a.m., I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
He
I'll
guarantees
come.
he'll text you 4 hours later.
Yeah, you're texting me
No,
the
if
next
you
day.
text me at 1 a.m., I guarantee you. If you needed me, I'll be there.
Okay. Okay.
Motherfucker, damn.
I-
You think I'm doing anything 1 a.m.? No, I'm at home
I spun up my
In the
car.
dark.
in the dark.
And Tay
One
was
light. Tinder. You got no luck on Tinder. Why?
No, I don't use Tinder.
Oh shit.
I don't use it. You misheard.
He uses the streets.
My bad, dog.
But let's go ahead and get into the episode. We do have a very special guest here
Thanks,
today.
Kendall, for.
I'm
Thanks.
so sorry
I'm
for the
just
long
here.
ass,
Yeah.
the long ass detour we just took.
I know it's not normal. It's so funny to hear you guys
I
actually
think
talking
we should
about it.
actually open it up like that. No, and then we can, I get it.
And then some of the guests gonna be like, "What the hell is going on? Dude? What the hell?"
So, what are your first impressions?
Goes back. I'm already gone.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, what the hell?"
So, and you look. Oh well.
Well, that's the episode. Eh?
This is all it
Do the
takes.
cassette tape.
Oh God.
We'll be right back.
Commercial break.
But thank you for letting that happen. Well, that's something new that we've been trying out. I've been asking everyone how they've been doing and everything. Me, man, dude.
How about you, man? We actually let's not forget about the guy who's asking the question.
Me? Oh man,
Wait,
just-
let's
Actually,
at
let's
least let our guests do it
I'm
first.
2-0 in fantasy. Dropped 173 points.
okay.
Shout out to the team. Shout out to the squad I drafted. Even though Puka was fucking gone, he's out of there 6-7 weeks. So
6-7 weeks.
that was my second pick. But
Oh.
chill with the family, chill the boo boo and the family on Saturday. We don't have anything in the house anymore, so
There's not shit in here,
there's
bro.
nothing. The only thing that we have in here is this freaking podcast room
That's actually true.
And 2 beds.
and 2 beds. So we've just been chilling at my sister's house. She had a little, we watched fights,
yeah.
UFC. Actually, that was crazy. So we were at the ER on Saturday for the in-law mom, and I watched the fights in the car for 4 hours. So yeah, so that was my actually Saturday night.
Get her done.
And then Sunday football came around. We just chilled at my sister's house and watched football all day.
Nice.
Yeah, had a relaxing weekend. This is the first relaxing weekend I've had in the last 4 weeks because of the house.
House is pretty much good though. Right? Everything's packed besides your
Yep,
your room.
and we're just ready. We're ready. No, the room's pretty much packed. All of our clothes are gone.
besides your bed and your.
Yeah,
And
But
guys,
the
that was
house-
a lot of shit.
yeah, we
That was
do.
a lot of shit.
But yeah, I've been good. Finished training this week for work. I finished the training for today, so
for
I'm
the
getting back on the
promotion
floor.
You got?
Round
yeah.
of
Yeah,
applause.
I got a promotion as well
What
already.
the fuck already?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
He
told me about
does that fucking every time.
Hey man,
Every time.
Hey man,
smooth talker over there.
And he got luck. I don't know.
That
The
too,
Buddha of
yeah.
luck
Yeah.
touched him, dude.
I don't know if I have luck lately, but
That's
yeah,
bullshit.
we'll talk about that later in the podcast. Let's get to know our guests a little. Okay.
Yes.
You're good.
All right, Kendall. For the viewers, who are you and what do you do?
So I'm Kendall. I run Utah Weekend Car Meet. Started that quite a while ago, actually. Started at my work where I used to work at, and started with having like 5 cars showing up. Mostly it was just people I knew that had cars, and eventually it started building and growing to my boss. My boss wouldn't let me do it there anymore, so I had to find a place, and then found Kmart and just kept going and building and growing and trying to connect with different companies and businesses to where it's at today. So
Yeah, what made you decide to start that? Because that's I guess during that time there were a lot of people trying to get that going. When did you start?
So I started.
Pretty early on, because I remember
I worked
seeing you.
at Bateman's for 8 years, so that was probably. I started
16?
probably like maybe 8 years ago, and so I people used to meet at 45th and State all the time, and then that got shut down, and then Slam Saturdays was happening, and that was one of my favorite things to go to, and then that got shut down. Like he stopped doing it, and then I was like, well, nobody's doing it, and I'm tired of sitting at home, so I just started picking it up and started doing it and going with it, and then it just kind of happened where it's at today. So now we have tons of people doing it, Cars and Coffee, Cars and Curry, all these other events that are awesome to go to. So
Yeah, it's this over the last year since COVID or something, sometime around that. A lot of people a lot of car groups have been teaming up with a lot of locals, bringing the community together in a way, to promote the business, but also promote the people that are in the car scene in Utah. And over the last couple years, I've seen an influx of, car enthusiasts because
Yep.
you know we kind of grew up with it.
Yeah.
You know, I saw the rookies. You know, I saw Tailored. I saw all the people that were originally starting this stuff. You know, we were back doing it when they were doing it A squared. You know, and
That's a deep cut reference.
yeah. So
Forgot
people,
about that one.
but people don't know what A squared is. It was they had a little warehouse. There was a group of friends that had a warehouse, and goddamn, every weekend there was a party there. And I was like 18 or 19. There was
I don't even know.
every damn weekend.
Honestly, that was,
I was
the funnest
13,
thing,
bro.
That was the funnest thing to do, like 18 and 19, is go to car meets because that's just like where people were, and it was a
Work
sometimes
all
at
week and then go to the car meet. Yeah.
exactly. And then plus, I just envied all the guys with the cool cars.
Yeah, I remember I parked my shitter all the way like over on the other side of Chinese New York, Main. I'd walk over there and they'd be like, "Why don't you bring your car over here?" I'm like, "It's not cool yet." And they're like, like I said, "Let me cook for a little bit." And they're like, "Oh no, like it's cool." So, you know,
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's crazy to hear because, you know, a lot of people that are trying to get into the car scene are usually turned away from the thought of showing off whatever they have because people, they're pretty nervous to bring something into the car scene.
Well, it's like I've had my SRT4. I had that 9 years, and I mean, I was on reps. I was on bacon. I had bacon fenders, paint faded everything, and then like to where it's at today. You know, so like I know there's a lot of people that'll talk shit on people that have like reps or real wheels or paint or wrap bag static whatever. You know, and like regardless, I like giving back to the community. Like, you know, it's not the car that I care about. It's like getting the people together. Yeah, do people want to see cooler, like high quality builds at a show and a meet? Yeah. You know, does somebody want to see 10 Subaru, you know, WRX STIs just sitting exactly the same? Not really. But, you know, the person's still a cool person, you know, and so at the end of the day, like, you know, I don't mind having 300 people that maybe 50 cars like interest me. I'd rather have that community get together and hang out, you know, and eventually like I was the one that was rolling up with my reps and all that stuff. And I was like, wow, that car is cool. I want my car to look like that someday. And that's what motivated me to build my car to where it's at today, you know? And so like, you know, that's why I think it's cool to, you know, I think it's nice to give back to the community. I think it would be nice to have a less amount of like the shit talking. I think that's what kind of like deters people from coming out. You know, because like then they're like, well, like my car's not clean enough, so why can't? Well, I'm not going to bring mine out. You know, and so it's like a double-edged sword because you're never going to win. You know, you give like I'm doing an invitational event next year. I was supposed to do it this year, but some personal stuff happened this year that I couldn't do it, so I'm postponing it till next year. And that event is to give back to like the more like it's like exclusive people, like people that put a lot of money and time into their cars. And like I thought, you know, everybody will be happy with that. And then I got people like, oh, that's bullshit. You're not giving back to us. Like that's messed up. I'm like, how is that messed up? Like I'm giving you guys free meets. You guys can come and hang out, but then I'm giving them an opportunity to hang out with like clean cars that they want to see. You know, because I have friends that won't come out. They're like, Kendall, I love you, love going to your car meets, but like some of the cars there are not like what I like to see, and I'd rather stay home with my family or stay home with or like go out to the bar or go, you know, whatever. And like that's fine.
Yeah.
So that way, like if I plan something that's like more exclusive, they're like, okay, then I'll bring my car out of my garage. You know, I have a friend that hasn't brought his car out in like 3 years, and he's like, when it's ready and like when you have it set up, I'll bring it out. So you know.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable when you're into like something that you're like a car enthusiast, like people are going to hate anything.
Yeah.
At all. Like whether you have reps or real wheels or the bumper or whatever it may be, like they're not going to like something on that car unless it's their car. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So subjective.
It is. You know, and that's kind of a lot of things too. You know, a lot of people.
Yeah.
And well, especially in Utah, you know, you have anything in Utah, there's always someone that's going to dislike you just because they dislike you. True. Right.
Well, it's funny because like I'll give my friends shit like just like if I know them, I'll be like, oh, like you're on reps, bro. Come on, like. Like I'll give them shit, like, but like I'm like dude, if you want to clap back, look on my Facebook. Like I have a picture of my car on the Wasabi Green XXR 527s. I had
Green.
I had like whack fitment bacon fenders. Like you can roast me, that's fine. I just evolved by myself and did what I wanted to do. And if you want to stay in that area where you don't want to pay $4,500 per pair of wheels, like that's fine. Like, you know,
That's so much.
like right now I have like a set of what VSXXs. Those are like probably 35, 45, have a pair of KFs. That's probably another
Flex.
You know what I mean? But like the thing is like it's overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. Like, you know, you find deals on Facebook, go out of state, whatever. Like it's, you know, if you have the motivation to do it, then, you know, you can get real wheels. And if you want to stay on reps, that's fine too. Like, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It is fun to give your friends shit, you know. So I think some of the people will hear people at events and like, oh, that guy's talking shit, and then they're like, when in reality, we're friends, so it's cool. But
Yeah.
they don't know that.
Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, we can only really because none of us are really car guys. You grew up with most car guys, but then we're on like into fashion, and it kind of feels that way. Of course, it's like because when you're into a niche and you're like really deep into it, you're gonna find a way to get what you want. And with us, we kind of know that, but then it's also the same kind of spirit. You feel like there's a lot of shit talking, and it's very subjective, very very subjective. People are gonna judge you from what you wear, no matter what you are.
Well, it's like the same thing with what like real sneakers versus UA or whatever you want to call it. Like, you know, like I don't know, like there's the people that are like, oh, you can wear them, just don't sell them as real. And then there's people that are diehard, like, nah, bro, like, you know. I prefer to have real ones, but like, you know, at the end of the day, like
Yeah, if you wear fake ones, you wear fake ones.
They're making really good fake ones now.
They are.
Has nothing to do with me.
They're being made in the same factories now. Yeah, that's
Which
the
is
crazy thing.
Yeah, which is
that's
crazy. I was like, what is fake about it then if it's in the same factory? You come
Is
from
it
the same
wrong?
place.
Somebody just made it.
but like if that person wants to spend like $700 on a pair of shoes, cool. If they want to spare go on
$80.
you know, $80
fakes,
from DH Gate, like I mean,
Yeah. Not my world.
I'm not going to.
Same with
but,
me. You know, not my world.
I'm
You
not
know,
doing it
but you know,
I feel like that's a new
I mean, it only
thing.
took me
Well,
like
it's more so that we're coming from like the fashion oriented side. You know, we sell clothing and stuff like that. So like, I wouldn't want someone to go make fake stuff of our stuff if we ever get to the point, you know, because I'd be like, well, it's cool that you're doing that, but also it's like, why do you get to capitalize on something that you didn't create in the first place?
Like the Hellstar shit.
Yeah,
The Chinese are going crazy.
going crazy on the
Selling the
Hellstar.
scan the
Hellstar,
shirt,
yeah.
scan the shirt.
Yeah.
No, I just I think well for us it's like when we buy into products, right? We like the brand. We like the storytelling of the brand. We're like, oh, I fuck with this brand. I like this is the people that I want to rock with, right? That's what people I want to look like. I feel like other guys that are just like rocking reps are just they want to be a part of the cool, you know. So I don't know. I think we're just a little purists, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Over the last few years, I've come to understand that not everyone has money or wants to drop their money on it, and more so, it's for them to appreciate the shoe from afar, you know, or like, or anything that's rep or like fake out there. People want to, but they can't afford it, and I get it now. You know, because before it was more affordable for us to get it. Even if it was on the resale market, it was more affordable for us to get it. But then like when 2016 came and everything exploded and
After those SB Travis Scotts.
yeah, so when things started like exploding,
Couldn't afford shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can. If you want to buy stuff, everything's pretty cheap now.
Really?
Yes.
The resale market is
100%.
dude. The resale
Like
market
the Verde dunks
Is
that
it
are coming
really?
out. They were
Yeah.
the Verde dunks were like what 900 before they started dropping.
Yep.
I mean, I looked right now; it's like 360.
Yeah,
maybe
and then when the
380
shoe
for my
actually
size.
comes out,
Okay.
What
it's
happened?
good. Dude, it just there's okay.
What's
So
going
there's
on?
this thing going on. It's okay. So Cool Kicks.
The economy.
No, not just the economy, but Cool Kicks. Cool
Damn
Kicks
it,
did
Joe
a
Biden?
video. Yeah, damn you, Joe Biden.
You hear me?
But Cool Kicks, they came out a video and he was talking about how he doesn't have as many people in the store anymore. And this guy just opened a store in Vegas, right next to UN. And
Oh,
he
really?
was-
Wow.
yeah, right in the same Caesar's Palace, just right there.
Wow.
I watched it. It's
Yeah,
cool.
Shout
and
out.
so he's talking about, he's like, yeah, people don't want to buy hype stuff anymore. People don't want to buy things that they don't think is cool anymore. And he shows everyone in the store wearing New Balances or Asics because that's what's in right now.
Runners.
But there's not really a market
Runners,
to
yeah.
resell those because they're made for so many people,
True.
right?
Yeah.
And then Nike just had an influx of like, I'm gonna drop every damn colorway of every damn Jordan 1 possible, and
They
then,
did that with everything.
and that's what happened. It died out because nobody couldn't buy
They do
it,
that
and nobody could
every
afford it,
time.
and then they moved on, and then now they're just dropping so much stuff for people, and now people are not wanting it because they moved on.
Now you got dunks sitting in like normal dunks sitting at fashion at like Foot Locker.
Yeah,
Again, you know,
And you're like,
yeah.
it's nice.
it's
but,
nice
like,
for the people that are still into the sneaker community, and like, okay, cool, I can buy everything affordable. But for a lot of us, it was like we resold to make money to afford that lifestyle, right? So now I
Yes.
can't look at it and be like, damn, do I really want to buy this shoe? Because it has no value and it's never going to have any value for future like purposes. How am I supposed to make money back from this, right?
Or you
It's no
sit,
longer
or
an
you, or you
investment.
sit on it for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, cool. Now I made $100, but I sat on it for 6 years.
Yeah, my,
Well, I feel like
No
fashion's
thanks.
just changed so much. Like the meta now is like thrifting, like secondhand.
but that's
And
what
then-
it's been for like the past 5 years.
But now it's like it's the top thing. It's the top choice. Like people want to go out and find these unique pieces. people, it's like, the social media freaking wave just hit everybody like crazy. So that's like kind of what's in. And then the hype culture, like for those who are very much still into it, it's still like a poppin' thing. But thrifting, I feel like has changed it because people want to be a little bit more individualistic now. So it's
Not
like
copy paste.
It's a sign of expression.
Yeah.
That's,
2016 was copy paste.
Yeah. I mean,
Panda
even now
doves.
today, the aesthetic now today is
but
kind of
2016 was copy paste for sure. It was like anything that Kanye wore, anything that Uzi wore, anything that Playboy Cardi wore, it was like that. It was like the tight jeans with the 350s or whatever, or the 7.
Yeah.
And that was really a lot of it. Like every damn fool in LA dressed the same.
They're wearing 350s
Right.
and they're
Or,
wearing the tight.
like
and-
little product to product.
Yeah, it was
decision.
literally like you can take it out of the computer, and that's what everyone in LA looked
But
like.
that's
Yeah.
what like we had that conversation with Kenny. He says the Asians that live in San Diego or in SoCal, they all look the same too.
Well, they all rave based. That's all. That's
They're
different.
wearing
That's a different culture.
essential. and, like,
Well, we got, and I don't want to get too
dunks and-
granular here, but it's like the spectrum of trending, right? There's like the trendsetters, there's the people in the know, there's the followers, and then there's like the, what do you call them? The scale.
The Kevin who wins.
The, the guys that are late to the party, Kevin wins, right? But it's like we only focus on the first two, but there's like this whole middle section. They actually will wear the same shit that's popular to us. It was like months ago, but to them, it's like, oh, everybody dresses like this. So I don't know.
It's hard for me, man, to like.
Well, dude, you're 6'2", so we'll get over your.
Yeah, I know you're 6'2" and got
We'll get over
facial
you.
hair. What the hell?
It's hard for me to like.
You can dress, dude. You're fine.
It's
dude.
just I know that, but it's just like do like wear shit you like, bro. At the end of the day, like who
I
the
know,
fuck cares
bro.
what anybody else thinks? That's
That
what
is
I
true.
think. Like I wear shit I like. That's not like fucking.
Yeah, but I don't need the same 10 guys walking into my house wearing a black essential shirt, black skinny jeans, and then the same.
Thank God I'm not one of them, but
Yeah, but I'm like, I know y'all hang out. I know y'all kick it. I've seen it everywhere, but
They got the group text going.
yeah, they got the
Bro,
graphics.
yeah.
Is that what we wearing tonight?
you all look the same. What do you mean by that?
It's like, what do you mean? Essentials every day.
I don't even have a pair of anything essential.
I don't.
I don't
No,
either.
me neither.
I didn't even
Not
like
to say that I
essentials.
don't like it, but like
I never
don't-
liked
I don't-
essentials.
I don't have a single.
For some
Do you see
reason,
that they're going on sale on Adidas? I guess
Yeah.
it didn't do well. Maybe
Of course it didn't do well. It was overpriced. That shit was totally miscalculated.
shit,
It took
tax,
us fucking 5 years to see anything from Jerry at all. It's
true.
And when it came, it's like, oh, $300 for a t-shirt.
the shoes
And
weren't too bad.
The shoes weren't like the stuff wasn't that bad. It was
Yeah.
just terribly put to market. in
The
my
market was
opinion.
pretty bad though. Yeah, they didn't market it that well. When
Yeah.
he made that switch to Nike, I feel like from Nike to Adidas, like he didn't get.
I was very excited because I love Jerry everything, but
Yeah.
I can't afford this shit.
but like
I-
he just like disappeared. Like I didn't see any of him at all when he made that switch.
well, to me, it was like he was in the lab. just
yeah, of
working
course.
on it,
But I'm
right?
saying that where's the marketing? Where's the?
they couldn't afford it. Damn
All of the
legal
products.
dispute with Kanye West.
Kanye West. Yeah. God damn it, Adidas! You all fucking up, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I just thought he was so on his high horse because Jerry is kind of like and I don't like to judge him, but I'm just been such a fan. I feel like he's like this is the message, this is the one, and then it comes out and it's like, bro, nobody can afford this shit that buys Adidas. Like you're thinking like the thing that I put this on like a high snobiety like comment because I felt very snobby myself, but it was like people that can buy into Adidas are not the same clientele as like Fear God. Like, and I don't think he got that. And then
that's
he was
valid.
like, oh,
Just
they're
because
gonna
like
come
you
for
buy
me.
into Nike,
Yeah.
you can afford to buy into whatever Nike
But
releases.
not when every
even
item
then
is a
too,
high
yeah.
ticket item. I'm like, holy shit, I don't want to buy any of this.
Yeah. When it's
Yeah,
high
that's
ticket
true.
item, I don't do. Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
All right, back into the episode.
That's my stupid goal.
It was fun though.
No, we're gonna go on tangents.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna
I like
happen.
that shit.
It's gonna happen. We'll bring something up.
glad.
Like, you're gonna talk about something that's ever happened in your life. I'm gonna be like, I remember something like that too.
That
And then
one
come
time
out.
at band camp.
Yeah, that one time at band camp. dude.
We actually say shit like that all the time.
Sorry, I just thought of the Bobby Lee scenario.
Yeah.
What about you listening?
Is he got made fun of by Brendan Schaub and another dude because he said he got molested and they're making fun of him. Yeah, I felt bad. They were laughing, but Bobby was pretty serious and they were making fun of him. They don't fuck with him, or Bobby Lee doesn't fuck with him at all.
Well, he doesn't fuck with him because Brendan Schaub was trying to get at his girl.
Yeah. Well, no, that's one of the main reasons why the divorce happened too. Yeah.
Oh shit, divorce! I forgot about that. That's crazy. Sorry, but back into the episode.
Yeah. No, you're good. We're gonna keep talking. Go ahead.
I just want to know more about the car stuff.
Yeah.
the
So,
cars. What about it?
What got you into cars? First of all,
Well, like ever since I was a kid, I love cars, and like when I was younger, my mom, she'd take me down to like where I lived at off 13th, and like she'd like let me watch cars just drive by, sit in a chair and just watch it. And so like eventually I'd just sit in the front, like the door of my house would be open. And I'd just sit there one day, and my mom would hear me talking about cars, and she'd be like, "You know that car?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "What's that car?" I'd say it, and she's like, "Oh, really? How do you know that?" I'm like, "Well, I'd read it obviously, but you know." I was just like, "Well, like I just memorized the car, and I would just see it." So then we'd be driving, and be like, "Oh, there's a Corolla or something." She'd be like, "Oh, like how do you know that?" I was like, I've seen 10 of them, you know, like,
Everybody drives that.
you know, but like, I don't know, just, I always wanted a car. And like, you know, in high school, I didn't, like my parents weren't really well off, you know? So like I rode the bus all through high school. And after that had, you know, beater car after beater car. And then I don't know, just like, I always wanted to like my whole, like ever since I was a kid, I liked having stuff that was different, you know, and even though I couldn't, and so I would either work my ass off to get it, or like, I just didn't get it. And so like, once I started getting a job, I just invested in my car, and I just liked the car culture of like being able to modify something and being on the road. And then if I'm on Redwood Road at like 6 p.m., like there's gonna be 50 of the same car, but there's only be one car like mine, you know, stanced out or whatever. And somebody's like, "Oh shit, that's cool," you know? So I don't know, just the passion. Like you could just like it's like you said, you like doing like drawings and stuff, you know, like, well, thank you. Like cars are like a canvas too, you know, you can wrap bags, coilovers, whatever, you know, people like do like on the old like Volkswagens, how they do like the old rust, you know, but then they clear it over and like stuff like that. It's just cool. And so like, and like the thing is you can build a car and then you could just take it back to stock, sell it or whatever, and then buy another car, do the same thing, or just tear it down and redo it, you know? So
I like that you say that, because, you know, for us doing the fashion or like being in art, it's a physical representation of us, right? Whatever we put together is and that's you. The car is you. That's what you think. That's what you want, and that's what happens. You make it. You put it into existence.
Yeah, no, that's what I was doing for the longest time. I'd like put all my money in my car, and then I look like a homeless person because I'd be like, because I loved fashion, but like I'd be rocking like some Janowskis and some like old like beat up t-shirt, and I'd be pulling up to the car meet, and I'd be over there, and like even at my own meets, and then people are like, "Kendall, you ever gonna buy like clothes like that you like?" And, like it goes into my like car, and they're like, "Oh man, like you should," you know. It's like one day, so like finally, you know, once you get a car to a certain point, like get all the expensive shit paid for, then I was like, all right, cool. But like, yeah, it's the same concept. Like, you know, if you want to dress a certain way, do it, you know, and you want to build your car a certain way, do it, you know. You know, you can buy cheap shit. Usually, cheap shit breaks. You know, like so, like.
I was the complete opposite. I always put all my money into clothes and weed, and then just my car was completely stock. Hubcaps.
That shit scared the
Smoke
shit
weed,
out of me.
everyone. Only if you want.
Free.
Dare say no to drugs.
Do you remember like the first like car
was actually really
modification that you did?
Oh man, probably stickers.
Oh,
I was one of those
sticker
guys.
bomb?
Oh yeah, had a Mazda 3 automatic. Got Mazda speed wheels. Threw a Mazda speed emblem on stock Mazda 3. So it was automatic, so it was not a speed. Threw an exhaust. You know, like I did the Ricer stuff, intake, exhaust, sound system. You know, but mainly I think the first thing was like had like 50 million stickers on it. And like I don't know why. I mean, I think I went to Valley Fair Mall and was like, I want all these made, and just threw them on there, and it was just all white, you know, stickers. And after that, I was like, I learned less is more. But yeah, it was just like, I mean, I think I had like the Stormtrooper, I had Illist, all these other brands. I was like, everything I liked. And I was like, oh, well, I don't need that on the car.
Everything I like.
So if you like any of these,
What is that one sticker that's on every car? Coexist or something? What is that?
Coexist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coexist.
I don't even know what the hell it is, but I see it everywhere.
The Christian thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it Christian?
No, it's not Christian. It's like one of the,
just
like
like
all
a-
the religious signs and stars
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
all. Yeah, it's just.
Oh,
it says coexist. It's like
you're
a
right.
lunar moon, and then like
My
a,
bad.
there is the
Yeah.
star of David. And all,
Yeah. Okay, I remember it. That's okay.
But
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I never knew what the fuck that said, man. I was like, you got it real hard. I was like, oh,
It's like how when you found out the D is or in Disney it's a D, and you're like, you had no idea.
What?
what?
I'm the only one?
I always do that shit.
Dude,
with me. What
I
the
did
fuck?
not know that
I'm
shit.
dyslexic, but I knew that was
Bro,
the
I didn't know that shit. Dude, there's a bunch of people that don't know that shit.
What are you talking about?
Fuck, you gotta edit that shit out, man. That's
Big ass D.
There gotta be.
What do you
This is the
mean?
Mandela effect, bro.
Can
What
you
the
draw
hell?
the Disney ears right now?
Fuck you.
Welcome.
I'm the most dyslexic person here, okay? I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I am.
We're not gonna battle that.
My
There's no way
parents
to
don't
prove it.
believe in getting me diagnosed for anything.
You're an adult. Go get diagnosed yourself.
I never thought of that. I don't believe in fucking doctors, bro.
What the?
I'm fucking conspiracy theories, man. Just kidding.
The conspiracy is that you're not really dyslexic. That's what the conspiracy is.
Made myself look like a stupid old man. That's
He's like,
crazy.
look, not a D. I'm like,
How did you not?
Dude, it don't look like a D to me. Fucking Google that shit. There's other people that think the same thing. I swear to God.
Well, y'all are stupid too. I don't know what to tell you.
Of course. Maybe I'm autistic. I don't know. But, yeah.
okay,
I think
okay.
we're all kind of,
Yeah. I'm somewhere on there.
we're all a little.
We're out there, over here.
Yeah.
But that brings me to the next question. So sorry. But
It's
what
artistic.
what was your artistic? Thank
Yeah,
you.
there you go.
But what was your favorite car growing up?
It's the car I have now, honestly. Like, so I remember seeing the Dodge Neon SRT4 when it first came out, and I was like, I want one of those one day. My mom's like, good luck, like whatever, you're not getting one, And it's like, all right, cool. And I remember wanting one, and so when I went to go see my first, like when I went to go buy my first car, like getting a car loan, we went on State Street and I found a white one, a white 04, and I was like, I want this. They gave me the keys. I didn't know how to drive manual, so I had to have my mom fire it up because I didn't know how to do it. So she fired it up, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I want this right now. She's like, you don't even know how to drive it. I'm like, yeah, but I want it. And she's like, well, I'm not co-signing for you to get a manual car as your first car in this car. So I was like, damn, all right. So I got the Mazda 3, and then but I remember seeing the commercial on TV when it came out, and I was like, I'm getting one. I had a model car at my house. I was like, I'm getting that. So that's the car. That's the first car I wanted, and that's what I got it. And so then I kept it. And so the reason why I've still kept it and like kept building onto is because I had a cousin who committed suicide, and like the one thing he would do and push me to do is like, dude, he's like, if you do something, don't give up, just keep doing it. And so like, I was like, I got frustrated. I mean, that car, I've been through hell and back with that thing, and so like, I could have gotten probably 10 cleaner ones in the time I've built that one, but like, I just didn't give up. And so like, that car just has sentimental value, so I'll never sell it. Like I've told myself, if the engine blows up, even if it caught fire, I'd just keep it. Like, it's just something that I want. I'd buy another one, but
Yeah,
that's the one car I've always wanted. I mean, there's cars I want, but that's like, it's kind of sounds stupid. Like all my friends are like, out of all cars, that's the one you wanted. You didn't want like a Type R or anything like that, like an R34. Like, sure, I want one, but like,
But you got one that you reached a certain point where you accomplished the goal that you had when you were younger.
yeah,
Right. And for you to be able to keep it, because, car guys are car guys. Everyone, we're humans if anything, but
yeah,
every damn car guy I know went through so many of them, you know?
yeah.
oh
But
yeah,
for you to be able to keep something, keep building on it, well, no matter what you went through, because I'm pretty sure you did go through a lot with
Oh,
that
yeah.
car, and to hold on to it and now have sentimental value for it. I'm sorry for your loss,
appreciate it.
It takes something like that to really put something into perspective, and that you were able to, what, this means more than the actual car now. Right.
Yeah, and I've been like, I've had somebody offer me like, I think like the highest I've been offered was 16 grand for it. I mean, the car like stock with 80, I think it's got 89,000 miles on it. I've had it 9 years, and I bought it with 79, so I don't drive it much.
That's not bad. Yeah.
No, and so like, it's an 05, no sunroof. It's been repainted. A lot of stuff's been done to it. So it's like, I got offered that amount, and like, that's nice. Like that, nowadays, being, getting older, I want to get a house. I want to, get all that stuff going, and it's like, that's a good, amount of change. Like if somebody gives me $17,000 for a car that I'm probably into it way more, but that's cash. I just couldn't do it. I was like, to me, that car is worth like 40 grand.
Yeah.
And people
Yeah.
laugh all day at that, but it's just like, it's the meaning. Like, I'm sure if somebody came and said, hey, I want to buy your guys' podcast, I want the name, everything like that. It's like the meaning behind what you guys did.
True.
I might be wrong.
I mean, no. I
might be
mean,
wrong,
You're
but-
not wrong. But what's the number?
It's so funny because
Retire us,
I've been
please.
watching. I've been watching a lot of JK, right, news,
yeah,
and
yeah. Oh, really?
today's video was funny because like they were watching it and they were naming off, they're putting out prices. So there was one episode where they were like talking about what would you give up in life, and they started comparing things that whatever they do. It's like how Joe, he has his own business, but then he also loves guns and like car trucks, right?
Yeah.
They're like, what would you give up, right? And then they started going into pricing about stuff, and they were like, so they kept fucking can. They're like, so how much to really suck some dick, dude?
Oh my god.
And so the whole episode was like them talking about how much they would cost for them to pay to do stuff in their field of work. Like Anthony Lee quit dancing. How much would it cost him to quit dancing?
Did he quit dancing?
No.
Oh,
But
if he did.
If,
What is the
what
cost?
if, you
All
know?
right, yeah,
What's the
And so him
My bad.
bringing that up right now, I'm like, damn, do we have a price? What is your price?
What's our
I think we
price?
got a price.
What is,
We
you
have
guys,
to agree.
We all have to. No, we
But
don't have to
like-
agree. Everyone just throw out a price.
But
Because
I'm
then
saying,
8
like,
million.
whoever lowballs $8 million?
8 million.
We're not even worth that.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's the standards I have for us.
Realistic here.
We invested
8 million.
We invested.
There's 5 of us. Okay.
We invested $10,000 into this.
Okay.
I want to shoot how high, man.
Yeah, so we invested $10,000 into all the equipment and everything, but the time is
In a year.
priceless.
It's true. Yeah.
That
But
time cannot come back to us.
What we have is the IP, right? And that is not tangible. Right?
So now
But
we're
it's real.
selling this to other people to host it, or we're just selling it and it's just not.
You wouldn't have
ours?
anything to do with it.
Oh,
You'd be done.
that's tough.
No,
I don't know.
$5 million.
I mean, we could sell.
Yeah,
it.
just retire me and I'm good.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do without us?
It's not. I don't know.
Host the show. I don't
That's
know.
But
their-
if they
it's
sell
theirs
us,
now.
give us
It's their-
money,
It's theirs.
and
now.
then we can go do something else.
It was like
It's true.
ESPN not
We
getting
are-
rid of Shannon Sharp because they know they
up.
still need him. Right, Unc?
Michelle. He said you need to work on your stamina.
When Ocho Cinco was like, you know what? I got a second chance of life, brother. You deserve yours. Like his situation
Bruce, have
wasn't
you seen
worse.
this?
I think it was and I
Shannon
think it was
Sharp.
I thought it was a marketing ploy.
It is. I think so. Think
I
it is
mean, it probably
because
is.
also there's a conspiracy that he's homosexual.
Yeah, that's also what I heard. Yeah.
So there's been
That Shannon Sharp is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the last 2
Ain't no
months.
way.
No, he's been getting cooked on the internet.
I know.
Yeah.
He's been
way.
getting cooked on the internet. So
Yeah.
they thought he put out that video. It's like, fool, you know how hard it is to go live? Not even on accident, but to even
To actually go live?
'cause
Yeah.
you have to accept going live.
Yeah.
So there's no way you just throw your phone on there and you're live.
But yeah.
Wait, do you?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the video. Do you actually hear the woman in the video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You hear her moaning and then you hear
Come on.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah, he's going crazy.
That's my
I
Michelle.
only heard people talk about it. I didn't.
No, that
Did
shit
you say
was-
my Michelle? That's
Yeah, dude, that shit's so funny.
Yeah.
Come on, Michelle.
Come on, Michelle.
I like this. Shit's crazy.
But
It's
yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
that's
know.
stage for sure.
Honestly, I don't think there's a price on it because of what we've been able to build.
Yeah.
Like for realistically, if someone approached me, I wouldn't even know how much to charge.
Yeah.
Like how much
that's
we would
why,
sell it
That's
for.
why that's what I was asking. I was like, what would we?
But here's the thing, right? We can make a deal, right?
Okay.
Sell the show, but we have ownership over the show and the creative decisions that they make. So we have like a hand in play, and we're not just cut out and they just get to do whatever with our show.
I'm not trying to be an employee.
Just you get.
You're not an employee. You run the show.
No, but then
Well,
also
employee
you have
under
now
that.
someone
for the
over
network,
you.
though?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
It's like now I can't
But
say.
then
like
we,
Barstool.
we
It's like
made it,
Barstool
guys.
shit, yeah.
We made it. Okay.
Yeah,
If we
that's
can get in a
great.
broader audience, I think you're being very short sighted right now.
No,
no.
I'm not disagreeing. Oh my god.
I said 5 million, dude. Come on.
5 million.
I'm just saying
million each
realistically.
for us.
I'm saying realistically, I wouldn't be able to sell this. Like it has sentimental value. It
Yeah.
has. This is not easy to replicate what we've done, especially with the people we brought on.
Yeah.
You know, there's not. Dude, hey, I ran into someone that you went to high school with, and he recognized me.
Who?
Raheem.
Oh, duh. Yeah, I love Raheem.
Yeah,
He's
I
one
told
of
him to
yours.
text you that you're not Batman.
I know he texted me and I was like, not you too.
Did he do that? Yeah. He actually.
Yeah, he actually was like, I heard
So-
you're on Batman. I'm like, fuck. Who the fuck you talk to?
It was me.
No, yeah, I love
But
Raheem.
you know, and
I wouldn't do it.
I'd-
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I
I mean, I
don't-
would, but I wouldn't do it.
Well, we'd think of it, team. I'm just trying to get our money up, guys.
Yeah,
and then we
yeah.
can go do other stuff.
The thing
Okay.
is, I want to make the last decision. It's Amy and Tay that make the last.
I know,
decision.
but still, we can get a check, baby.
But if
okay?
that check came, we could do other things for sure.
Exactly, we can
Yeah.
build on what we already got going on. I'm just trying.
Or
to
we could just go our separate ways and say, "Love you, see you never."
It would never. Okay, we're soulmates. Okay,
you're not even his top 20.
I don't care. I've come to terms with this bitch ass. Okay, I took him off my top 10, but I still love him.
You took me off because he wasn't on mine. That's
Yeah.
why. But I was on there. But then he got like he was like,
He's too nice though. Like,
But
'cause
then it's
realistically,
like-
he looked at you. He's like, you know what? I'm put P up.
No, here's the thing. Pete doesn't want to be on my top 10.
Yeah,
I never said that.
he
You're
doesn't.
not saying yes right now. Shit. So if you're like, oh, you're not even on mine, I'm like, oh, he doesn't want to be on mine. That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay.
Okay.
But we're soulmates. If you fucking leave me, I swear to God.
All right. There's no amount of money that will separate you two.
There you go.
Actually, no, I don't think so. I can't think of a number right now. Can you?
He can. He $10. He's leaving right now for a vape. for a vape right now.
Some weed and some VC on 2K right now.
You're out of here.
Fucking P, man.
I'm fuck with you.
This is why, P. This is why.
Hey, what?
If you can't love me, you can't love anybody.
Whoa.
Oh, no, you know what?
Because I actually love you back.
I love
Damn.
you. I love you. What do you mean?
I love you.
So you got into cars at a very early age, and you saw after the car that you
Yeah.
wanted, right? You got the car that you wanted, and you started Utah Weekend Car Meets. Mm-hmm. What was the aspiration to really like keeping it going though? Because I know you want to build this community and put people together and give them a place to be at, but this is 8 years is a long term of doing something and committing to it. So how were you able to keep up with wanting to do this?
Just because I wanted, I didn't like being. I'm not a homebody, so I like to be out, and I don't drink, which is fine, I don't, so like I was like, well, like I had car friends that wanted to do something, and like we didn't want to just sit at like a car wash all the time, so I was like just to keep going. I don't know, like the motivation was just to keep seeing new cars being built, like every year, like you'd see somebody that, maybe came last year and they didn't have like the cleanest car, and then they bought something new and then they started doing something. Yeah. And like, because every year somebody graduates high school, and they get a car and then they get a job or like a better job, and then they get it just keeps going. So, like it's cool to see just the progress. And so like every year there was a new generation of like kids coming into it, not always good, but like, cause now, like, I don't know, like, I mean, if you went to a car, like you guys went to car meets back then, like I can guarantee if you went to one now, it's not the same, and like,
how so?
You got damn cyber trucks. You got
it's that, but like also nowadays, like the respect isn't there. Like, I mean, you can.
That's in everything.
Interesting.
Though.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
But like like that's with everything. But like like just like the respect, not even like just like with hosting events, because like a lot of the people like don't realize how like hard it is to like reach out to a business and getting approval, or like even if it's not a permitted event, just getting permission from a business and like having them like not really putting their business on the line, but like them like the respect and everything. Like, hey, we trust you to come use our location.
And not break anything.
Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
And so like just having people roll up and you put like no burnouts, no revving right there. Like I got a lot of people that were talking shit, like saying like, oh, you're saying that because you hate that. I'm like, no, I don't. I think a burnout is cool. I think revving is cool, but like there's a time and a place, like for that kind of activity. And if it's not permitted at a location where we have permission to do this, like, I don't know, think of it this way, like, if you were robbing a bank, would you want to go in there and just say, hey, I'm robbing your bank right now? You want to be like incognito and like try and figure out a way to get that money, versus like if I'm doing a meet, like if we're doing an event, like imagine if nobody revs, nobody does anything, like cops aren't going to show up because they don't know about it. Or if they drove by, they're going to pull up and say, oh, hey, what are you guys doing? We tell them what we're doing. They're going to go about their business.
Go on with the day, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, like me personally, just off of the generation I came into, I had a lot more respect for pull up, park my car, get out, talk and hang out. Nowadays, people want to like show off their new exhaust, whatever, blow off valves, everything, which again, it's cool, but like, it's just annoying. So like the respect goes into like, I'll go up and say, hey man, we just don't like that here at this, like we can't have this going on here. And they get mad at me. They're like, well, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like this is bullshit. This is whack. I'm like, how is it whack? Like you're getting a place to hang out. Like you can suffer for 3 hours and not do that. Just go walk around and go look at some cars, go talk shit on some cars, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Just don't like be an idiot. And then when it does get calm, people leave like idiots, versus like I remember back in the day when I go to 45th and State, I remember one time some guy was like pulled up and he was revving and everybody's like, hey, shut that shit off. And they're getting mad at him. And one guy grabbed his bottle of soda and just fucking threw it at his back window. Ooh. It didn't break it, but he's like, what the fuck? And like, there was like 10 people standing around him and they're like, what are you going to do? Like, get the fuck out of here. Go park your car and like fucking chill out. And like, he parked his car and chilled out. Nobody does that now. Everybody's afraid to like, tell somebody what's up, like,
Yeah.
Whether it's like being bullied or whatever, like just the whole concept, everybody thinks that, they don't want to look like I don't know, like I guess you consider it like a snitch, I guess. I don't know, like it's kind of like that where they don't want to be the one that ruins the fun or whatever. Like in reality, like if you say, hey man, that's not cool, like go do that somewhere else. Like, I don't know. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Like the respect is just kind of like died off, or people just pull up. If they ruin this spot, they'll go find another spot. And now that's like where the event organizers, like, because I know you guys had Winter Circle on here, and I know that's Charles, right?
Yeah.
Like he does events and like the same concept with him, right? Like he's trying to give back to the community and like not have problems. I'm trying to do it. Cars and Curry, they're doing the same thing. I don't know if you've been to any of theirs.
I haven't.
They do really good events. Cars and Coffee Utah, they do a phenomenal job on their Cars and Coffee events. But the same thing is like sometimes they've almost had to shut down, and they pay for permits, they pay for cops on site, they do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they sometimes have to tell people like, hey, we might not be able to do this because, again, people just aren't respectful. Like, I don't care if it's a 2JZ Supra that's like fully like 1,000 horsepower or like just a lawnmower Honda, and I'm not trying to shit on Hondas. I love Hondas, but like like that's what it sounds like. Like they're the same decibel level. It doesn't matter. Just go do that somewhere else.
Don't ruin the fun for everyone else.
Yeah,
right.
because people don't care though.
A lot have been shot down, like that.
I think it's the problem is, and Osiris taught me this at a young age, but like when people don't have anything to do with it at all, or it has nothing to do with them, they don't fucking.
They don't care.
They don't care.
And that's what goes into it too. A lot of this generation now, like we talk about respect from our generation. Like I respected everyone that was older than me, first of all, and I respected everyone around me. But with this younger generation coming up, you do not give a about anyone or anything that's going on in anyone else's life. Whatever, if it don't bother them, they're gonna let it bother someone else though. And so when you telling the youth or like whatever age they're at, whatever is going on right now, when you start telling them, they spaz out, they freak out at you. And I'm like, what is going on, dude?
Yeah.
If this was 10 years ago, you would have got punched in the face already. But I'm too old to be doing this, so I have to walk away from stuff like that now.
Yeah.
People are very defensive as of lately.
It's kind of weird. I don't know, because like I'd walk into a place and automatically like, you don't know who you're gonna piss off here. That was kind of the thing, especially when you're younger. You don't know where you are. You're only like you're not familiar with the people. Even when you are familiar with the people, you especially don't know, or you especially know who not to fuck with.
Who not to? Yeah.
Yeah. And then just like the thought of like, I see it even with like influencers today. Like they'll run up in your face, ask you like crazy questions, and it's like, dude, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, how much are you gonna suck dick for?
I wouldn't say, if you said that to me, I'd be like,
Oh man,
we're talking financials.
I think it's the fact that when let's go back to when internet started, like 1990, like late 90s, right? Like dial up. Was it even that early?
Before
Was it before then?
that?
Yeah, the birth of the internet was like before
the
that.
good old disc that came in the cereal box.
Yeah, this is before to this too.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking about, but if you're talking about like AOL days, probably like
That's 2000s, 90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
late 90s, early 2000s.
MySpace and shit. Okay, when social media was a thing.
When
Social media,
cyberbullying.
there you go.
Yeah. It's just like people are it's so easy to talk behind the screen.
It's so easy.
Keyboard
Right?
warriors.
Keyboard warriors. And then when you get into those public settings, once again, it goes back to like how we were able to exchange words without fighting or fight. And then exchange words after, like, oh, it's okay, whatever, but we got it off.
Yeah.
Where is that? Like that's lost now. Like that happened so much in junior high when I was a kid and in high school, where kids would argue, fight over hoops or whatever it was, and they'd fight. Hey man, it was just hoops, blah, blah, blah. Got it over with. Saw each other the next day.
Yeah.
You know? But there's not that. People are just like forever going to like have hate and just and talk crazy, talk wild.
Well, I feel like they've never had
Just
that.
so you know, I could, with all the money in the world, could take a 120-pound woman.
Thank you, my guy.
Just so you know, you keyboard fucking warriors, where the fuck you are.
Somebody said that to him.
He was making fun of Batman. And
Well, okay, it wasn't even making fun of
The
Batman.
Bat
but
fans, baby.
we were trying something out where we were trying to see if it was an experiment to see if we can rage bait or clip some of our scenes, right? Yeah. And I knew there was one person on this podcast that's very sensitive to the topic about Batman.
Very
brought it up, and I posted a clip. On TikTok, he was getting cooked. On YouTube, I was getting cooked. And so one of the comments was showing that
It's true,
the guy,
yeah.
it was like the guy on the bottom couldn't even take on a 120-pound woman with all the money in the world. I'm like, dude, I was gonna say some crazy shit to him.
You know what that reminds me of? Have you ever seen like I think it's on Facebook or Instagram? It's like disturbing comments. It's those videos like it'll be a video of something that like you should not laugh at. Like you're gonna go to hell for that.
Yep.
And then like the comments are like I watched this video. I felt so bad. It was like, so it was a guy with like Down syndrome and he was a cowboy. And like one of the comments said Luke Chromes. And I was like,
I just barely saw one like that just recently.
and
my guy.
I felt like I was going to hell as soon as I saw that video.
That's a hard ass name though.
But like I was just like, that's like there's the fun in that, but still like the whole concept is it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
don't know.
And it's
I didn't share the video. I didn't
But
share
it's
it,
like-
but I sent it to a couple
sometimes
people.
you can't.
yeah. There's a lot of things out there that is so sensitive to talk about and stuff like that. And hey man, if someone looked at my feed, they'd be like, "Fuck, this guy's fucked up." This guy's fucked up.
Dude, if they hung out
geez.
in like, if we all talked in a circle, like how we used to, like
Without
for
the
an hour,
cameras on?
Without the cameras on?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting crucified.
Yeah, for sure. We're getting crucified.
We're getting what the hell?
Is the camera still on?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Sometimes it is, man. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes you don't know where you're sitting. Someone's recording you.
But
They're watching.
Yeah.
to go off of P's last point is like the reason why I think kids are like this is because they haven't had that like, oh, I'm gonna get fucked up. Like
They don't have the
They haven't. Are you
experience
saying,
that.
are you saying they
yeah.
haven't had their ass beat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they haven't like,
Yeah.
or they, you know, like, because I remember when I was a kid, if I talked back to my parents, my ass was beat and I was
oh,
grounded.
100%.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like kids are like, nah, it's okay. I'll just take away your phone.
Yeah, and then they have an iPad.
They got a
True,
computer.
yeah.
They got the computer. They got a tablet.
I'm taking away your tablet.
They got a
I'm taking
PS5. They got an X. Yeah, they got
gonna leave you
everything.
alone.
They got their phone their old phones. So they just connect to the Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
Like they don't need their other phone. You're like, whatever.
Yeah, these kids are too
so much
smart.
shit.
Too much accessible.
Well, they're
things.
smart in like those ways.
They're smart
like,
but dumb at the same
But
time.
Yeah.
where's the toughness? Where's the dog?
It's not there.
Where's
not
where's
there.
the
It's
dog?
Well, let me tell you a story, okay? Because I'm a pretty soft guy. But then, so like, I was always like, we didn't grow up in a very good place. We grew up in Kearns, so like you can go down the
What are you
street
trying
and
to
get
say?
fucked up. I lived in ghetto Kearns, okay? My house was haunted, okay? So like, I kind of knew that already, but there was this one particular instance when I was 14 years old.
Okay.
I was at a graduation party of my cousin's aunt.
Okay.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, I mean, I'm just chilling. I'm like a pretty unproblematic guy, and the whole family knows me. It's just like the other side of my cousin's family, right?
yeah.
So, and then I'm just sitting there minding my own business, and then one of their uncles, which were actually cool now, but this is kind of funny. But I was 14 years old, and then he's drunk off his ass, and
Yep.
he thought I called his niece fat.
Oh,
You did.
I did not. That
Moose.
No, I didn't. I know.
say you
I was
look
really
chubby or
nice to
something?
all the kids.
Did you
I was
say
14.
Did you say I don't think you eating that popsicle was a healthy decision for
No,
you?
I didn't say shit. Here's also the other
Like
thing.
sneak dissing her.
Sneakers. You guys are gonna get me in trouble. But here's the thing. I was on my best behavior because this house is not my family's house.
Right,
So
okay.
I was very well behaved. And I was only there with my brother, my sister, my cousin, right?
Okay.
And so we're hanging out, playing video games, and he rushes and it's like, what, you fucking talking shit? You fucking talking shit? And I was like, I have no idea what is going on right now. I have no idea. And then this is like, he has me backed up into this room, yelling at me, telling me he gonna fuck me up for 30 to an hour. Like a long time. And the entire family was watching.
Yep.
And then outside, and I was like, dude, because it's not my house, not my family, right? And then I was just like, dude, I have no idea what to fucking do. And then my cousin finally gets like, I forgot who picked me up. My aunt picked me up. And then we all get in the car and we're like, that was fucking wild. Like he was gonna kill me. And I was like, I would remember being so terrified. I'm like, yeah, maybe we should watch what we say. But even though I didn't say shit, but I would have learned my lesson either way. So other than that, like, yeah, don't be running your mouth, kids.
watch what you say.
Honestly, you should have just fucked them up.
Dude, I was
14.
14. I was blindsided. I'm soft. We're playing video games.
I'm just saying, if someone has
And
been
he
cornered
was
for
like-
an hour,
Bro, he was
At
like
this point, I would have just fought.
yeah, I'm like, dude,
Fight
I
back.
don't want to fight
I
right now.
don't know. I don't fight nobody, man. He was like a 40-year-old
Just a throat
man.
punch. Yeah, just a
Hey,
throat
man,
punch.
I've got jumped before.
You know, maybe I should have. But then
not fun.
also, it was just very daunting to have the entire family watching.
That's why it would make it
was
funnier.
wild.
Is like you knocked out a 4-year-old. If
Imagine you
you
slapped
know-
him and he socked you, and then they'd be like, "Oh shit!"
That's
Yeah.
what everybody says that they would have they would have fought him. But I was like, I don't think he would. I did not.
well, I don't think they would have fought, but they definitely would have
And
jumped on him and like, "Hey, he's
like,
14."
who is like your first fight is going to be a 40-year-old gangster ass
That'd be
man.
tough.
hey, it happens, dude.
yeah,
I would be tough, but I didn't think about that back then. I was because
you're soft.
terrified. Yeah. And plus, I was unguilty.
fair.
I was not
And
guilty.
if you fought, it'd look guilty.
See,
yes,
I would have fought even because they already think I'm guilty, so
Yeah,
I'm
but-
fighting anyways.
Here's the
Yeah.
difference, guys. You guys ain't soft.
Yeah,
That's the whole point of the
a little
conversation.
soft.
okay?
And the
You're a
whole
little
the whole
soft.
point was the conversation was not to talk shit.
Exactly. But I also wanted to tell you, it's like, no, it's also the point. It's like kids don't have that shit happen all the time.
Yeah.
They're not going to know
Well,
that they're
yeah,
gonna get
duh.
fucking rocked.
But it's like I don't know, man. I love my nieces and nephews, well, but they are cry babies.
Yeah.
they just cry.
wait, how old are they though? They're babies.
Well, Jocelyn is 11. She's turning 11 this month.
Okay.
Rylan is 8. And then
Oh, by
Jalen's-
that age, what the hell?
Zaylin is 3. Zaylin,
Okay, 3 makes sense, but 8
but
and
still-
11.
but okay,
How
dude,
crybaby though?
Because Somchai was a pretty big crybaby.
Paula, I don't
I
mean
also
to air
was.
out your kids. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I watch them. I take care of them. Jocelyn she's getting to that teenage kind of thing. She's just emotional.
Like that Skippy to Ohio, whatever.
She just cries. Like she doesn't whine.
Skibbity?
She doesn't whine or like pout or anything. Like she's learned at a young age that we're a pretty ruthless Asian family where it's like you can't really, we give you food, we fold your clothes, you get everything you need. Other than that, emotional support and all that, hey,
Not there.
handle that, G. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what it was for. Was it not like that for us?
Yeah,
They
it was.
couldn't talk-
I still don't get emotional support.
My
My mom was crazy.
My sister does a pretty good job of talking to her. Like when she's available as a parent. Paula's a pretty busy person too. And Tony as well. Like they're pretty good at it when they're available. But when you know how things are when you're a parent, like things are moving fast, you have to take care of things, you have responsibilities, errands, and like you have a child, like and you're like, I can't do this right now, And it's like one of those things like, So she learned how to like put herself in a room, cry, let it out. I'll come in like 30 minutes, like, you good? What do you need?
You good?
She vents to me like she does, and she confides in me. Rylan, on the other hand, man, I love this kid, bro. He's
He's the 8-year-old, right?
yes,
Yeah, okay,
bro.
right.
He makes me pull hairs out of my head because
That's why.
I'm already losing hair. I'm losing hair. But he like
ridiculous.
the problem that he has, he doesn't know how to express his emotions.
Okay.
So if he gets in trouble, he likes to be perfect. He gets in trouble like, hey, don't do that. Immediate mood change, face change of just
Oh, that was me. That was
he does
me
that.
100%.
He grunts at you. Goes,
That was totally me.
Start stomping his feet. I'm like, bro,
I don't do that.
I'm like, bro. I said, we got to use our words. I said, I cannot help you if you don't use your words. Because you look at me with that face, I'm just going to get mad at you. And he just cries. So like Paula put them in jujitsu.
Oh,
Badass.
Cool. Yeah, no, it's great. It's great for kids.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, not jiu-jitsu, but same thing, same. She put
Not
them in
ninjutsu.
but she puts him in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Jocelyn's doing great. She's doing fine. She's having fun. She's learning techniques. She's telling me all the things. I'm like, yes, tight, because I used to do this when I was younger. But Rylan, on the other hand, once again, perfectionist. He fucks up. Bro will sit there, cry in front of people. And I'm like, bro,
Oh man.
that's where we get frustrated because it's
Yeah.
like Paula's like, I put you in these things to learn, like in experience, but you're not learning shit because you're just in a bad mood crying in front of everybody and you don't care. Why you like our parents told us one thing was not to cry in front of people. Am I tripping?
Well, my parents told me, if you cry, I'm gonna hit you.
Well, that's the point. It's like you're not supposed to cry in public and
Yeah,
embarrass us or
100%.
embarrass yourself.
Yeah, I did a couple times.
I mean, so did I. But like,
But I totally get you. No, I mean that's just different, I guess. I mean,
so like, it's just like, I just don't know where like, it's gonna be a ruthless world for Rylan because like, if you're gonna just sit there and cry and not do anything about stuff. Now, granted, Paul has told me that if he did get bullied or he got picked on, he would fight back. Rylan would do some shit like fuck off or do some shit like pushing him or whatever.
fuck off.
Get off me.
But there's just certain things where like he gets made
Don't
fun
touch
of
me, bitch.
or whatever.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, don't touch me, bitch.
He's Borat.
It's the Bobby Hill episode. He's like, "That's my purse." He just wants to kick people in the ball.
Oh god.
That's all he's learning at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. It just it frustrates me, man.
Maybe he's you got to figure out a way to channel that shit. Maybe he doesn't do sports.
He plays soccer, but even then, cries every soccer game. He cries every game. Like Paula has told me, like she comes back, he's like, I try to put him in these extracurriculars and these activities.
Have you put him in dance?
Maybe drama,
He's not a dancer.
Drama.
No,
like theater.
art. No, Jocelyn's artistic one.
Oh, Jocelyn's tight.
Yeah, Jocelyn's the one that draws. And she sings. She has
Oh,
flute
she's the
class.
one that you always got with the drums.
Rylan's the nerd.
Yeah.
But he likes to play video games.
Okay.
I don't know quite yet what he's exceptionally talented at yet.
He's only 8.
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm not like, but
What
he's like,
what were you doing at 8 that was exceptionally talented?
I was good at drawing.
that's a great point. I can't think of.
I was really good at manipulating shit.
Tay, on God for me too. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, straight up. I was a salesman for sure.
I was really good at stealing.
That too.
Stealing?
Really good.
I was stealing shit too. I was stealing shit from Target,
Yeah.
Albertsons, fucking
I
Walmart.
was popping. I was popping those tags off with my hand.
That's why they didn't have Pokemon cards all the time.
Yeah.
They're
Hello,
gone.
and they
I was stealing
people will
boosters.
pull up on me like, "Did you take?"
No.
bro. I came here for lunch. Leave me the fuck alone.
Damn, you guys are crazy.
So they can't check you.
These are my shoes.
Yeah. I got into stealing a little late, and then I started working retail, and I never stole again.
Yeah. See, I didn't steal as an adult, but
That self checkout G out with Target. I'm buying a few things. I'm taking a few things.
Hey, man. Don't self-incriminalize yourself on the podcast.
Target comments on this. He's like, yo, we need that shit back.
Hey, man.
They
Hey,
keep
man,
tabs on
say
the
that.
shit. It's so crazy. So it's I think it's over $600 in Utah. If you steal from the same place, they'll keep tabs on you. They always keep tabs on how
Really?
much. Yeah. And so when
so
it
you can
reaches a
reach the
certain
limit.
amount, it becomes a federal case, and that's when they can go after you. So you can't like. When I learned that, I was like,
Well, it was Kmart.
He's like, I'm at
And
$400
Kmart's not
right
a-
Kmart never had self checkout. What are you talking about?
He's like, what are you talking about? They give you a credit limit.
Sears. I was at Sears.
He was at one of their car meets, and he was at the Kmart.
Oh shit, he said. He's like, my mom will pay for it. I'll be back.
Like, that was a grown ass man. What is he talking about?
Yeah.
What are your goals with Utah Weekend Car Meets? Because you amassed like 14,000 followers on Instagram. You have quite a big following when it
Yeah.
comes to the sneaker, or not the shoe community, or sneaker shoe community. I'm like, I'm still
Hold
thinking
up,
about
wait a
stealing
minute.
shit because he's like, I stole some sneakers. I'm like, okay,
Hold up.
I stole cars.
but yeah. So what is your goal with the car scene itself? And then because you've done this for 8 years, like, is this something that you want to keep doing? And I know you have a big event coming up, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing our season closer on the 28th. I work with Manpreet with Curry Pizza, so we're doing that there. I usually do like an opener and a closer every year. So that'll be my last event that I'm doing that I kind of plan in the wintertime. Like again, I told you I kind of went through some stuff this year, so I kind of didn't focus. I just wanted to focus on my mental health and physical health and get to where I'm at now. But so with that, like futuristic goals, I want to do a show. Want to do an actual car show, like a showcase where, like how I told you, I'm doing like an exclusive meet, but I want to do that on a show spectrum. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Scrape Fest.
Yeah.
So my buddy Joe, he probably does I think he does one of the best shows in Utah, as far as the stance fitment and everything like that. And so like, that's what, like when you do events out here in Utah, like the sneaker guys, they all know stores, they know all the guys that sell, so it's like with us, like I know like ISS, all those guys. And so we're a big community. So like, that would be probably the next big step would be to do a show, like, which would be investing in money for like vendors, permits, venue, food, like everything, right?
The whole
And so,
nine, yeah.
And so like, because I've done meets for years, I've been able to incorporate that and understand on a spectrum where like I haven't really put money in, just a lot of time, which again is priceless. So like that would be, that merch, I've been trying to find places to do merchandise where I want to, like, because I don't know what I want design, but I want somebody to like kind of have free reign and create some cool stuff that I could have merchandise designs, like t-shirts, hoodies, stuff like that. I've done some test stuff, but like I wasn't really happy with it. But like
Send it our way.
Send
Send it our way. Whatever you got, like a Pinterest or something that you just send us the ideas because we do like working with people. So like I did the artwork for First Look when it was the anniversary, and I did like shoot music videos, or we did some stuff too. So like it's whatever
Definitely
is
do
going
that.
on in the community. Like I definitely want to have a part of in any way that we can help. From off the menu. So send us some stuff that you really
See, like
really like.
the biggest thing I really want to do, like, because I mean, like the show, like the thing, I guess, like my like what I'd like to do is to incorporate like this, like how Regal, how they do they do their event with their convention, whatever,
Yeah.
with Regal.
Yeah.
Every time they do it, like they want to do car stuff, but you notice we don't get very many cars just because like the location and
they try
how
to do
small
that.
it is
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
You
They did
know.
one in February that was supposed to be a car.
So I got those cars out there, like
Yeah.
the FRS, like
And then
some of
it
that stuff. And it
snowed.
snowed.
Oh, really?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That was snow.
They were there. That's why they
Yeah.
were there. There was a car meet going on at the same time, but it got snowed out. So
So
they
my goal would be incorporate having like kind of like a car show, but also like a swap meet style where like people have like vendors, like not just automotive vendors, but like just an all-in-one
Merchandise
You
type
know,
of
like
stuff.
so
Yeah.
like like if you guys are there, you guys could like do even like a live podcast there. You would have like people doing like sneaker, like shoe selling, like people cutting hair, people doing anything like that, like just like because like if you think about it, like anybody that goes to car shows, some of them like shoes, right? So like imagine if you went to a car show and you can buy a pair of shoes. You know, or
Most
if you
people
go
that
to,
like cars like shoes.
you know what I mean? Like, oh, like,
Yeah.
or like if somebody makes like, like you guys talk with a whole bunch of people. So like by default, like you guys interview everybody. So people by default would want to like figure out what you guys do because you guys are involved in all different types of communities. It's like, that would be something to cool while showcasing like the top quality cars in Utah while giving back to the community. It's like, that's something I want to do and find something that isn't being done or isn't being done the best. Which I mean, as far as like Scrape Fest, I can't. It's not that I'm competing. Like he's really good at what he does. So like,
Yeah.
but like, so I wouldn't want, like, I'm not trying to steal thunder or anything like that. But like, he is like probably like Joe, like he's probably one of my idols, like as far as like what I'm doing, because he's doing it so well, and he's built something where he did the same thing where his shows were at like a parking lot. Now he's at the Mountain America Expo Center now next year, you know, and he did it this year, and I think he's getting more space, you know, and then he's getting vendors not just from Utah but out of state, like car vendors that are like major brands that have huge followings, you know, and that's what I'd like to do. So that's like my long-term goal, is to eventually make money out of it, which, I mean, a lot of my friends that are really close to me, they've already told me I need to get on it. I've just been slacking, which is true. Like, they've called me out on my bullshit, and it's true. I've been slacking. So that's what I would like to do with it, is build a brand. I mean, I've already built something, but go further with it.
Yeah. You ever thought about going into the car content stuff? Like, because obviously that was a big thing from like 20, I think,
Ooh,
you know, 2017 to like 2019 before COVID. It was like Dustin Williams, you know, Eliminate, like a lot of those guys that were doing stuff. It was during that era of like fitness was popping, and then cars were popping, and then, you know, it kind of died out. All that stuff kind of went away, and that's why everyone's going to Japan right now to buy all their stuff, right? And that's the content they need to build off of, because nobody's feeding into the content anymore. Is that something that you still think that is viable in Utah? Because Utah is a weird space where we're also like 5 years behind when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Well, I have a buddy. So my buddy Ozzy, his thing is called Dream Street, and he does vlogging, and I've watched his videos. Same thing. Like, you know, I'm sure you could go look at your first video to now, and I'm like, you're like, damn, like we've definitely progressed. You know?
Yeah, I don't want to go back.
So like, I've seen his to where he's at now, and it's like, damn, like he's definitely like bought better cameras, and he's better at editing and throwing in funny clips when, like, you know, and stuff like that. And so like, I would love to do something like that. It's just like, this is probably like my first time actually being on camera. And so like,
Really?
yeah, I've never been interviewed. I don't really ever do that. And so it's kind of cool to like do it. Like, I wanted to do it for a while, and now it's like, I don't know how I feel about just holding a camera all day and like talking to it and shit.
It's
you know?
actually,
I think about that too.
it was
bro.
some hard like getting used to because like when I started, like doing this was easy. Like sitting here and talking was the easy part.
Yeah.
But like when we started vlogging or like going out and meeting people and getting content, like I was like shaking trying to ask people questions. I was like, man, this is like weird, because I don't want to. I don't know how
It's
to
like
approach
invading.
people.
It's like invading space. And
Yeah.
it's just like it's one of those things where you want to be respectful.
Yeah.
About
you know,
it.
and like, again, if I did that, I'd want to find my niche where it's like something that brings people in, because, you know, like if I did a eliminate style video, that's just, nobody's going to tune into mine because he's got 1 million followers and they know him. You know, if I do stuff that Dustin Williams is doing, if you notice, like you said, Dustin Williams, all those guys, you notice they go to the Japan around the same time. They come back around the same time. They have the same, they'll buy some JDM cars at the same time, then they'll do an American, you know what I mean? It's just like, so I don't want to be like, you know, like you said with like clothing, like the trend setting and stuff. I want to find something where this is where I start it, and I can like build something where they're like, oh damn, why did I think of that? And like, again, if they want to try it, cool. If they don't, you know, so that's a good point. Like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, you know, and my only advice to people that are trying out there and like that want to get into something where they feel like they can make content out of, I'm like, just go do it, because our first initial step when we were trying to do when we were trying to do the podcast, it wasn't originally for the real idea of trying to do the podcast. It was during COVID. I was like, let's just get together and like do something, right? Because people want to watch something. But there was no background behind us doing it whatsoever.
Imagine if you guys did start.
Yeah, dude. I probably could have sold it for $5 million by now.
Damn it.
Damn you. Damn you.
Did I me?
You and Boo Boo, dude.
Yeah, me and Boo. I was like,
then,
oh,
it was
me?
not scared.
Because the thing was, like, I didn't think I had anything valid to say at the time.
You think we have anything valid to
still
say?
don't.
Yeah,
We still don't.
I was like,
But that's where the
Our
mentality
guests
changed.
do.
Right?
Our guests bring it around.
Hey,
for
we have
us.
some stuff too, man. I think we're great, but it's like back then. It's just like you feel, and actually socially things were just very tensions were high. Like things were just a hella online all the time. So I felt like you had to have something important to say. But then when we started the podcast, it was just kind of like really honestly shooting the shit with the boys, and then trying to work our like kind of document our dream as like we kind of move through it, right? But yeah, I mean, I think with vlogging too, it's just everybody has a very particular style, and I think that's what we found with the show too. It's like we just do it the way that we want to, and luckily, it's been able to just kind of grow organically.
Yeah. So I think with you finding your niche, you're right, and trying to get into something like it's totally just your personality. I think that's the one thing as we're getting into the next phase of content is that people are starting to get tired of seeing the same content. and people are starting to get more attracted to the people that they're watching to, whether you're watching them because they're funny or watching them because they're really cool at what they do or whatever they're doing. People are now starting to pick their sides of what they want to watch because I'm now like out of the Utah or the YouTube phase where I'm like, I used to watch everything just so I could be part of everything.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, I literally just listen to music or watch one channel because that's what I'm into now.
Yeah, because I mean, how many times have we hopped on YouTube and like you click on, you know, your favorite YouTuber and you click in and you're 5 minutes into the video, you're like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like it's not that you don't like the person and like it's just like the content isn't the same. Like I know right now if I went and watched Eliminate, if I went and I like their older content. Like the newer stuff is cool. Like it's okay, but like, you know, like it's almost to the point where it's like money oriented now, which is cool, but like, you know, like what happened to like the more original content where it's like, you know, not talking about the giveaway car or like how many times do I watch this? What's that one guy that came from Utah? He does sneaker stuff. And I just hate watching those videos where like they do like, oh, and this video is sponsored by, and then it's just like, I skip that. I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. I want to watch.
Rose Anvil?
The sneaker guy?
He does sneakers too, but he's like a boot guy too.
Something Omar. Is it?
I would be lying if I said I knew.
I don't know.
He's not from Utah.
No. But
Kais Omar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like his videos. It's like, if you use this code, I'm like, I don't care about that shit. I want to like watch what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I want to watch you.
Now everything's a money grab, right?
You know, which I get it. They need to make money.
Yeah.
Sponsor us still, but you know,
Sponsor us still, please.
We'll make fun ads. We would kill the ads, dude.
But you know, I don't know. It's like I like more original stuff. Like I think that we all do, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's hard now in the day and age of like technology and the internet. The existence of the internet has been around for so long now. It's hard to really stand out and be original.
Yeah.
Like, God damn, I didn't know there was so many podcasts in Utah.
There's a lot of
rip this up.
podcasts, man.
There was the Utah Best, right? So people were voting, and then people added it. They voted our names to get added to the list.
Yeah.
So there were a few people that actually voted for us to get added to Best. I was like, dude, we don't even stand anywhere close to where these guys are or what they're doing, right? Yeah. But it was cool to see that people from the podcast, you know, they wanted us to nominate us to be a part of that.
That's very sweet to know. I didn't know that.
Well, it's like at the same time, like I'm sure what makes you guys stand out, and what I've noticed is that you guys get to know the person, that you guys talk about what matters to them. You know what I mean? While talking about what matters to you guys at the same time and incorporating it together. You know what I mean? Like, and like I'm sure like it's like the next one after this is going to be completely different than the one that was before me.
That is true.
They are different.
We're not code switching. But
we're not selling. We're not fucking going anywhere.
Next week it's just me here. I bought it.
Like, wow.
I bought it. You tell
He actually traded us his car.
So this is my podcast. I don't even know how to do this.
It's like we don't know how to drive your car. So
this a long episode of just me standing here from different angles.
It's like he came up with the content. He just wanted to stand there though, and he's like, okay, yeah.
But on the note of content, though, something that I noticed because the Emmys was yesterday, and I watched
Shogun,
I watched
the
a
Bear.
teeny bit of it. Yeah, and the Bear, and then like what I realized is like, dude, entertainment as a whole, whether it's like social media people, even like traditional TV, movies, like it's completely changed. Everything's online, so like these guys that are like influencers or vloggers or whatever, I feel like they're in such a high tier where they're almost like
They're celebrities.
yeah, they're mainstream
Because
celebrities.
of the internet.
Yeah,
Like Kai and Speed, those guys are celebrities.
I can't stand Speed, but I love
they
Kai.
travel the
Yeah.
fucking world,
world.
and there's motherfuckers lined up for him.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
and he streams.
I think Speed's funny as fuck.
I don't
think
like Speed.
I think Speed. He's a little.
He scared a kid.
He's a little.
Scared a kid.
Yeah, I saw a video. That was he like
He's a
scared
little-
somebody's kid, and like the guy got mad at him.
Yeah,
Like, the dad did.
and he
I
had
was
to
like, oh,
apologize.
He's a little over the top for sure.
When he ate the Jollibees recently,
Yeah.
he's like, "Why are y'all telling me this shit good?" And he's just yelling at the Filipino like in the back. I'm like, dude, like people like this content. Like
He doesn't even act like a
it's because
person.
kids love like they don't care. Like they just want to watch.
obnoxious.
They want to watch people be obnoxious because that's why it makes them.
It's
Oh,
all
you
the
know what?
rea-
That's why they are the way they are.
Yeah, they
think-
want
I think
reactions.
true.
They want reactions out of people. That's
I
what
think
it
my
is.
favorite thing to watch is like the people that do the interviews out in public. Like, not the ones that hold it to their face, but ask if they can interview, and then they do stuff.
Yeah.
Especially,
Some of it's
that,
wholesome.
or I really like the interviews where like the people put like, you know, because like not trying to switch subject, but like, you know, like how females nowadays, like they'll like go in there and interview like those guys, not the ones that are disrespectful and like degrade the females, but like explain to them why they're wrong on like the generation of dating nowadays. I'm like, damn. Like after watching that, I'm like, you tell them. You know,
Like
what
the
I'm saying?
one,
It's
like,
crazy.
The
but I'm
one
like,
girl's like, what if your man is more sensitive than you? You guys seen that clip?
no.
Oh, he says it's
Were
so
they talking
good.
about you?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Hey, Maddie is the best. Okay.
No, we
She'll
love
have
it,
your
dude.
back
We're
up.
not even
talking about.
We love Maddie, dude. We're happy that
I
she
know.
took you in.
Damn. Just
Because we weren't going to.
He
Jesus
took
Christ.
you in, huh?
See, I got to fight for myself, dude. Fucking
Fight for your right.
Fight my right.
Yeah, okay, you're sensitive. Yeah.
I don't even remember.
It was
no,
they're talking about sensitive
No,
men.
I don't want to talk about. I just wanted to point out the video. I thought you guys have seen
Oh
it.
yeah, we never.
Because I can't explain it the better way than you
Honestly, like a lot of this stuff, I try to stay away from. Like, there's all the political stuff. There's all
Yep.
the there's all
very
the
much,
gender like the topics and stuff. Like right when I see it on my feed, I skip. It's just because like it's the same thing. It's the same battle trying to get people to get riled up over the same shit for no reason
Yes.
because they go for sensitive topics for a reason, and they're not. Those interviewers, I really wholeheartedly believe they do not give a fuck about what you're thinking or
At
what you're
all.
saying.
At
Like,
all.
For me, if I'm walking up to the street and I ask you a question, I'm gonna mean it with all my heart. Like,
Yeah.
like how much does it cost for you to suck some dick? Just, I'm just kidding.
The girls is
Dollar
like,
price. Tell me now.
Only to men. I'm only asking men because girls are doing it for free anyways. They just have to put their emotion into it.
Emotional damage.
Oh my god.
But
Only the guys.
Because it's only funny asking the guys. But no, I'll skip all that stuff because I know none of it means anything at the end of the day to that person tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Right.
it's a quick quick
Like,
clip.
hey, I don't mind if we got viral somehow, but it's gonna be in our own way. We're gonna figure it
Yeah.
out.
Morality.
Morality.
It's becoming a real thing of like how we're gonna get there. Because-
imagination.
Yeah, this is all imagination to us right now. That this podcast is gonna work out. But
No, I think it's gonna work out. I have faith. Like
think-
you know,
Oh,
like,
it's been working.
I'm saying-
how many girls are you pulling because of the podcast?
How am I what?
Yes, are you pulling any girls from the podcast?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Are you out there using this power that you have?
He
now?
says
No.
He says, "You see me on here? This is me.
No.
It's like, it's funny because okay,
I'm that guy."
Yeah.
I was downstairs in my room on my computer, and then I was editing some reels, and Otis and Quest came over, and they're like, "Hey, are you gonna live stream, Uncle?" And I was like, "No, why don't I live stream?"
That'd be
So
cool
sweet.
though.
And then
That'd be
they're
cool.
like, you should start a podcast. And I was like, oh no, I have. That's funny because I have a podcast. And they were like, I showed them, and they were like, wow. And I was like, that's actually a pretty good
That's
feeling.
wild.
That's
That's
my
pretty
nephews
cool,
too.
yeah.
Like, the fact
pretty
that,
cool.
that they're at the age that they're at right now, and they understand
learning this, yeah.
what the hell. Like, if there's no I guess maybe if
How
we
old
had a
is
podcast.
How old is Otis?
Otis is 8.
Damn.
7 or
Okay,
8.
and then Quest is
That's
like
so
4,
good.
right? 3,
5.
5. Okay, okay.
5.
I
I
knew
think.
there's a 3.
He just
okay.
started kindergarten.
Okay.
That's so wild, man.
Yeah, we just watched their first soccer game this last week.
seen
It was so
that.
funny.
I know.
You take
Fucking
pictures of
epic
them.
Yeah,
pictures, dude.
and I took some fire pictures of them.
Funny as fuck.
But yeah, it's this whole entire internet thing is it's an uphill battle that we're trying to figure out how to not lose ourselves and not how to sell it off. First of
Yeah.
all.
Do you think
What?
we have
I'm just
internet
saying-
personalities?
I'm just enjoying it.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you know what?
I think
People
so.
think I have an internet personality because this is not me
But it
in
is.
person. But I'm like, dude,
This is
Why-
Tay.
He just goes, "Hi, what's up?"
yeah.
No,
This
yeah.
is Tay. This is Tay.
He doesn't
if
say
you're,
hi to
if you're,
people.
If you're friends with him, this is Tay. Like if you're close friends with him,
Yeah.
this is Tay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You see him at Walmart, you're like, "Hey, I know." You're like, "Yeah, it was cool." What's up?"
Hello, everyone.
I think
Oh
we,
God! Hello, everyone.
Just pull Justin Bieber. Leave me alone.
I think we
Kanye West.
like.
Stop fucking recording.
Stop talking to me.
I'm trying to say my.
Go.
Now it's not even good. But I think we've built internet personalities on top of our personality.
You think
'Cause,
so?
Like we've built like kind of weird like going crazy is a thing now.
Because that's
Yeah.
because of Boo Boo.
I know, but that's
Boo
Boo Boo's
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And then like Tay, everybody just fucking loves Tay.
Yeah,
Like,
that's already a given.
That's already a given.
That's
And then-
without the podcast, though.
Yeah, that's already.
I know,
yeah.
but it's like I'm Batman. That's also without the podcast. Too.
Yeah, I did call you Bruce Wayne, dude, on the calling sheet.
I did. I
okay?
appreciate that. No, dude, where am I?
What do you mean?
Not with you.
How'd you get that?
What do you mean?
That gorgeous face. I was gonna say ugly face, but I felt nice. I felt nice.
Yeah, you got it.
I felt nice.
You got
Because I'm wearing all black, you bitch.
Oh, see, I was nice. He called me a bitch. I don't know how this.
I only call people I like bitches.
Oh, I don't know
Honestly.
that. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
Because I wouldn't call somebody I don't like, you fucking bitch. I've never said that. Well, actually,
Because you're
have
too scared. Because you're too scared to do
I
that.
haven't had
Oh,
a
hell.
Why would you have to go out and be like, hey, you a bitch to a fucking stranger?
There are
You should have done that to the guy, your uncle that was pressing you at 40. That was pressing you at 40. You should have done that.
Well, fuck, me and him are cool now. So what do you got to say? I'll get him run up on you right now.
Okay.
Fuck.
He might be my uncle.
I'll be like, Ken, where you at,
He
dog?
might be my uncle.
He might be. He's like, I don't know what to do here now. He might have called my niece fat. I don't know what to do now.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
So you have an event coming up on the 28th. It's the season
do.
closer. Do you guys do anything during? Because I know everyone does the stuff during Halloween, but is that the Utah Weekend Car Meets closer for sure? Like
So
no more for the rest of the year.
Every time I did a closer, I still would do events. Like, you know, we've had years where we've had like 2 or 3 like snowstorms. So it's and it's been like super like, you know, which I like. You know, I know it's not good for us here, but like it's nice. But like when it's like that, I will do events where like I used to do a thing I called it a Capitol Cruise, and where we would meet at a location, we cruise up to the Capitol Park there, and it would get really big. But again, goes back to the respect, right? I was able to do it for probably like maybe 2 years. And then like as people just kept progressing and coming in, people would go up there and do burnouts and rev. And I mean, mind you, at the Capitol, they have highway patrol there. You know, it's like, you guys are stupid. Like, don't do that shit. And then they would leave like idiots. And then like, if you know, like if you've been up there, obviously it's not a big road.
It's not.
You know, and
It's
so it's
tiny,
like,
yeah.
You're not getting far.
so again, like every
tiny.
time I noticed every time I was doing something, it would be really good for a certain amount of time. And then not that it wasn't good, but then people would come and ruin it. So that's why like this year I took a break, not just because of myself, but also because I wanted to see how the scene was. And then I realized I was watching people like, I'd be on Snapchat and somebody like, car meet Wednesday night. I'm like, I'm not going to a fucking car meet on Wednesday night. Like, I mean, like, it's like, do you go to the bar do you go like get hella drunk on a Wednesday? Maybe. But like the majority of my friends, they usually go out on a Friday, Saturday, you know, and Sunday they recover. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, like, so me, it's like, and then I was seeing all these other kids like posting events and making meets and flyers. And I take a lot of time into my flyers and editing and all that stuff. And then I'd see that. I'm like, no offense. Like, again, like, you know, if somebody came up to you and said, how do I do a podcast? You know, like you do want somebody to succeed, you know, but when you have your own niche, like you're not going to give out your secret sauce to like what you're doing. Once you find what you want to do, like you're going to tell people like, hey, do what you want to do. But you're going to also like try and like have a little bit of like your own like pizzazz, I guess, where like, you know, that makes you stand apart from others.
The problem, okay, I'm different because I will give you all the sauce, but it's not going to work out for you the way it works out for us, right?
Well,
You don't know how
That's
much
it.
to put.
Because I've had people ask me like, how did I do? I'm like, guys, this is who I am in real life.
Yeah.
And that's who I'm selling as a personality to you.
Yeah.
Whoever you are behind the camera, you should be in front of the camera as well. So if it doesn't work out for you because people don't like you, you have to go fix some things, right? But no, that's what this whole podcast is for people to understand that there's so much going on in Utah. There's so many people that are doing cool stuff. Like this is a free game for everyone. Like if you texted me right now, it's like, hey, how can I start making music? I'm gonna send you to who I think can help you get there, right? And so,
well, it's not like I wouldn't help somebody, but again, like I mean, I would tell a couple people like, hey, I do this and this and this, and then I'd see them do meets, and then I mean, what was it like a month ago? I was downtown just getting a coffee with somebody, you know, and we're just hanging out, and like I get a phone call and it's a private number. I'm like, what the hell? Answer it. It's a cop. Hey, are you doing a car meet tonight? I'm like, no, I'm downtown. He's like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm like, why? What's up? He's like, somebody's doing a car meet in like Cottonwood Heights, and we thought it was you. I was like, it's not me. And he's like, well, they don't have permission to do this, and they don't know the business, and we've asked like, you know, you to kind of chill out and doing events in Midvale because they've been having some problems with other people. Again, ruined it for what I was doing. Because I have 3 locations I can do it in Midvale that are that we don't use permits, but we have the business and they're private property, so we can do it. But out of respect for the police, I'm trying not to, you know, again, build a relationship with them, so I don't want them to be pissed at me.
Yeah.
And so like he's like, oh, it's not you. And I'm like, no. So again, like, you know, I don't mind people doing events, but they're not taking the right precautions. Like, I mean, anybody can set up a meet. It's free, right? Find a location, set it up, and hope it goes well. But like the thing is like taking blame and being like, hey man, don't do this. Hey, don't do that. Like whatever, right? That's on me, right? Because at the end of the day, like, I don't know if you saw, there's something I saw like out of state. I don't know where it was, but a guy, like an organizer, got in trouble and got arrested, and he was doing free meets, car meets, and the state and whatever, they were trying to charge him because he was doing events, and like his events were getting rowdy, and he was, hey, don't do this, hey, don't do that, but it got so big that he couldn't control it, and so like that's where again, like. I don't like with car meets. I don't mind if anybody wants to do a meet on a Wednesday or Thursday. Like I'm not going to go, but like, you know, whatever. But the thing is, it's just like, sometimes it's nice to, again, to like in some like fields to like support the one that's been doing it the longest and like, help them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if somebody wants to do a meet. Sometimes it's nice to go to one. I don't even have to like post it, share it, promote it. It's nice. But like, sometimes it's just like, they're okay to do it, but then when they get the backlash and get the people doing stupid shit, they're like, "Whoa, it's not me." It's like,
and it happens to you get the backlash because you guys are part of the community.
I've had cops called by. I've had West Jordan, Unified, Murray call me. They have my numbers, like my number, and they're always like, I've been called numerous times. Like, are you guys doing something tonight? No. Okay, cool. They trust me. Like, they follow my page. They know what's going on. But it's just like, that's why like the respect thing pisses me off, because that's why I took a step, because I wanted to see. And I've been watching a lot of people do events where I want them to succeed, but they're not doing things in a way that I would, because again, that's what I learned from experience with doing a meet, throwing a meet somewhere, and then Costco kicking us out, or throwing it somewhere and it worked for like a month, but then somebody did ruin it, and then they don't like us now, and then the state, I mean not the state, but like the city knows about it, and then the police force knows about it, and then they have a bad taste in their mouth of me. Not even though I didn't do anything wrong, it's the person, but they incorporate them with us.
Yeah.
Like if I leave a meet and I go 80 miles an hour off of Redwood, they don't think of that person as a problem. They think of me because I did the event and they're leaving my event. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm sure if you go to a sneaker convention, somebody sells a fake there and they get rinsed. They're not going to be mad at, they're going to be mad at the whole like
the organization. Yeah.
Because they allowed a guy, they didn't check it. It's just like, I don't know.
The headline's going to be like, Sneaker Con,
fake.
selling
fake shoes.
fakes.
Yeah. Stock X. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
In Utah.
But yeah, I don't know. So like, that's why I said the niche thing. Cause like, it's nice to like have something that you have and that you created. And, cause I've had people like, hey man, like if you're ever done with it, like, let me run your page. I'm like, no, I let it die. Just because like, I don't care. Like at the end of the day, I built that from nothing, like, that's why I said like, when you guys are like, oh, like, you guys hopefully find, like, you found a niche, but like where you guys do get bigger. Like I still consider you guys doing a really good job, but like I remember when my page was at like 2,000 followers, and I mean, I still don't think 14,000 is enough. Like I want that page to be at 50K, and that may take a lot of time. And I noticed what helped me was consistency. And that's what sucks is, again, when I'm doing meets and I can't stay consistent because people are ruining my events, that's what's been messing me up. And so, like, again, like to try and build it, I have to build it in a way where I don't get it affected, but it gets affected when, again, it all comes down to like the people not being respectful.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if you've ever heard of like the Cars and Coffee that's in California. There's a big one there. Like, if you do something, you get kicked out and you're banned for life. And there's those, you roll up and and they don't like your car, you're not in. It's like, and they have a higher standard, and that's what sucks. I wish we had that here, because like, it's almost to the point where I respect people having a passion for something, but like sometimes they get put in the same category as the person doing the stupid shit because they kind of look the same, and it's just kind of shitty, but that's why I try and give back, but that's why also sometimes I've had to take a step back, because like sometimes it's like kind of too hot in an area where it's like, you guys keep doing this and like, it's making me look bad. But again, you said it, like they don't care because, it doesn't affect them. They'll just show up and do something. It's like if you went to a house party and you ruin that house party, you can go to another, 3 or 4 the night and get shit faced and fuck up their house, and you don't got to go back.
Why do you think that is? Like we can't change that standard, like how it is in California?
Well, I don't think that we can't, but I think it's the fact is like, it takes initiative, right? And like if it's just, I'm not saying that people aren't already trying, but like, think about it. Like if you go to a show, right? If I go to Scrape Fest, and I'm there and I'm out in the parking lot doing stupid shit, like I'm gonna get yelled at, whatever, right? If I'm in the venue, I'm fucked, cause like then I'm in there, he's gonna yell at me, he's gonna kick me out. I lost my money on my ticket and I'll get banned because he has it controlled. So the only way I think I could definitely do that is getting it controlled on a level of where, like, if I had a location where it had one entrance and then I checked in every car. Yeah. But then again, that's more work, right? And that's more effort. And I mean, it's not saying I won't do it, but also again, having to find a venue to do that is going to cost. And then again, it's like implementing where I'm going to have to charge. And the whole point of giving back to the community is I've been able to do meets for free for years. Yeah. So like I want to like separate like shows, make money, and then also have free events. But then it's hard to give the free events when people do that. So that's why I'm saying I don't think it can't change. I just think that people aren't trying to help. Because I've been at events. I've been at somebody else's event. And I've watched people like be disrespectful, and I've said some shit, and then they're like, it's just me and the guy, and then nobody else. Everybody else will just watch and just be like, oh, well, I'm not going to say anything. But imagine if all 10 of those guys said, no, knock that shit off, get out of here. Bro, everybody the rest of the night is going to be like, damn, dude, like those 10 guys said this. I don't want to be the next one to get yelled at.
Yeah.
Because every time I've heard that too, oh, my friend said to do it. Oh, my friend, like, they're gonna tell you jump off a cliff. Like, you gonna do it? Like, no, it's the same concept. So I have to learn. I've been trying to learn. That's the one thing I've been trying to learn right now is how to incorporate that. So I don't think it's not possible. I just think it's gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah, there has to be the community that has a voice of reason, right? So like
They have to have your back.
Yeah, and so like you have to have this community that you've built over the years be able to show up and be like, yo, when I'm here and I'm showing you guys respect, I hope that you guys will show the respect and reciprocate it back, you know? And that way when someone pulls up and they don't know who you guys are, but they're still there and they do that shit to ruin it for everyone, at least the team, whoever's there, has your back. And
Well,
you know?
And the craziest thing is, so like I said, again, Cars and Curry. Manpreet is a really good friend of mine, and he does a lot for the community. Mind you, he has Curry Pizza in Lehigh. He pays out of pocket to have cops there. He pays he does a lot, gives out free pizzas that whole night, cuts them up and does samples. And the disrespect I still see from people that come to his events, that's what pisses me off too. And that's why it's so hard. Like, that's why I said it almost feels like it can't be changed. I know it can because anything's possible, but it's gonna be a lot of work. Is because I've literally seen kids. He has a megaphone. Hey man, when you guys leave, he goes like, I swear, every 10, 15 minutes, he's out there walking around. Hey, when you guys leave respectful. People still ignore it. Yeah. You know, I've had the people will be in the bottom lot doing a burnout and he tells people, hey, no burnouts. They're still doing that. So by the time he gets down there, either they leave or he can get to them and yells at them, tells them not to do that or not to come back or to chill out because he gets fined for that too. And it's just crazy seeing, I've seen people talk back to him. He's been wearing Curry Pizza on a shirt. He's the owner. And like, I've watched people like being disrespectful saying like, no, dude, you shut up. I'm like, dude, like this guy owns the business. Yeah. He doesn't own the property, but he has permission. He has police here and you're still being disrespectful. So that's why I said it's kind of like, it sucks because the people still go and support his business. Yes. But it's one thing to support a business, but it's also one thing to have their back. And a lot of people I've seen lately don't do that in this community, like in community nowadays where like, if they know you, like, oh, yeah, that's my boy. But like, the same one that says your boy, like, do they have your back? Like, sometimes they really don't. Like, they're really just like, they want to claim you because you're doing something. But then when it comes down to having your back, when it's like, when shit hits the fan, they're like, I ain't even here. Yeah. And so I've noticed that. So like, that's why even when I've been there, I'm like, I've told Manpreet, I'm like, hey, give me another mic. Like, give me another megaphone. I'm out there. Like last week I was there, I was giving out free pizzas. It's not even my event. You know, I'm out there telling people the same shit. And like, you know, because it's, you know, he has his people doing it. He only has like maybe 3 people walking around doing it. But at least I'm like, I like, it's just giving back. Yeah. Yeah. But like, that's the crazy thing is just seeing the disrespect. And that's why I said every year, it just seems like it's getting worse because, and like people say it's just our scene. No, it's everywhere. Like I have friends that do events in other states. And I'm like,
it's going to happen.
It's just like, you know, like we have it a little more easy here. Trust me. Like, you know, like modifying cars, a lot easier, you know, like being able to show up at a meet, like at a parking lot with like 15 cars, we have it way easier. If we were in California, pull up at a gas station, we all have like, we had 10 cars and we looked like we were doing something, we get kicked out. You know, so like I really appreciate what we have and like I'm not taking it for granted, but just sometimes it just seems like that's why it's hard.
Like some people are taking it for granted.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because imagine tomorrow if like imagine in a month or whatever, however long it would take to pass a bill. Let's say they did the same thing as California, all these modifications illegal. Let's say they had a law, more than 10 cars without a permitted event, all cars get towed. Like, they're going to complain about that, right? But imagine, you're the same ones that were affecting it before. Imagine if you didn't do that, we could have still had our shit. Yeah. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to get across to people, but they don't understand.
Yeah. They have to understand before the consequences happen that you shouldn't be complaining about what's going on now because what's going on now, you should be backing up instead of complaining about it.
Yeah, it's crazy because like, you know, it's like, imagine like, you know, eating all the shit and not brushing your teeth, you might get cavities. You know what you're going to do. Like, so like, I don't know, understand how people just don't understand that their actions do have consequences.
Lack of common sense.
And people just like, they don't know what it's like to be held responsible for those things. Cause
accountability.
Accountability. Thank you. But you've ran the events and you like feel that way about it. These guys don't care. They've never even wrapped their head around that.
No, I've watched my homies do the shit that I say not to do. I've watched it. I've literally gone up to him like, yo, you know I make a flyer saying this every week and you're still doing it. And then you start doing it, that guy's doing it. Now that guy's doing it. And then everybody's yelling at me, Kendell, go tell that guy to stop doing this. Tell him to stop doing that. Why don't you go tell him that? Like, well, I was like, you're the event organizer. I'm like, yeah, still, but like, bro, like, you know how hard it is to be like, you know, like one up. Like, imagine like, you know, it's like going above and beyond, like spreading positivity. Like, you know, if like somebody's like, oh, I'm short $5 and you're behind him, bro, you gonna help him out? Yeah. Like, that guy should have $5, right? But like if he doesn't, it's not like help him out. You know, saying the same concept. Like I'm one guy. You know, I'm busy. Go help out.
These
Instead
kids,
of
they're acting like kids in a classroom. It's like,
Yeah,
I'm not
with
the
no
fucking
teacher.
teacher, bro.
yeah, like the substitute teacher. Remember when
Yeah,
like you'd get a sub, bro? You
exactly.
knew you could get away with
Yeah.
shit.
My niece
Let's
just told
watch
me,
a
my niece
movie.
just told me that her 6th grade class got detention because they made their substitute teacher cry.
Oh my gosh.
Shit. What a bunch of pieces of shit, dude.
I said that's tight.
Oh shit. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like
That's why they need to get paid more because it's little kids like that. Shit.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's just a crazy just to see it because like I've seen it, I've dealt with it, but like
Yeah.
taking a step back, I've also seen it, and it's just like I don't know, man. Like it's just crazy because like eventually you're gonna get this guy to stop wanting to do events because it's headache.
Yeah.
You're gonna have me wanting to not do it anymore, even though I love giving back. And then what are you gonna have? Shows, and then they're gonna bitch about paying $65 to register their car, and then get declined because their car's not clean enough to the standards of the show. And then it's just like then they're gonna talk shit on the show because they didn't. It's just like revolving circle.
It's a bunch
Endless-
of
endless circle.
malarkey.
But then it
dude.
goes back to being soft. You know what I'm saying? Like all these
Yeah.
people like imagine like if I pulled up and I started revving it and somebody said, knock that shit off. You fucking sound like your car sounds gay as hell. Like I'll be like, damn. Like
okay.
it doesn't really sound gay, but like okay, like now it kind of looks stupid.
Well, if like you're not qualified for like a competition, right? Let's say the car is like, oh, we can't have that. You're not in the right weight class or whatever have you. And they're like, what the hell? Fuck you, man. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Like these are the standards of the organization. Like,
Yeah.
you got to fucking go in prepared.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
don't
make
know.
any sense.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna keep trying to do what I can do. It's just like I'm only one person. You know, like that guy, Kurt, like he's only one guy. You know, like all these show event organizers, they're usually just one guy, one man guy. You know, one guy doing it by himself, and you know, it's a lot of headache. And that's the crazy thing is a lot of people don't think about how much it affects them. So
Yeah. That's crazy because like, you know, that it's such a
right.
it's true. No, that's literally what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's just people just have to understand that they're not the ones that are going to get the consequences, but in that moment, they're not going to get it. But when later down the line, when no business wants to work with you, no one wants to do anything because you were part of that crew that was fucking shit up for everyone else, everyone's gonna be like, damn, we fucking suck. And it takes that to happen though, like for negative things to happen to you for.
you know what I tried? I tried taking pictures of the cars that were doing shit, and I'd put them on blast. And then I got backlash for it because they're like, oh, like some people are like, hell yeah, I got posted on the page. I'm like, bro, that's not what it means. And then other people are like, that's stupid. Like you're talking shit on my homeboy. Like I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm like, what? Like for what? Because your buddy was being stupid, and then we're letting people know don't do this
It's
shit.
just what kids do, bro.
Again,
It's like
keyboard warriors.
They're just so the world is so small to them. Like it's just their world. So whatever they do, like
they're the only
the
ones
world
that
moves
matter.
with them. They don't move with the world. You know.
Uh-huh.
It's one of those things.
The world's against them.
Yeah. But we're coming towards the end of the podcast. Before we end it off, though, I did want to ask, since we know what car you have now, and you did say you have cars in mind that you do want. What is your dream car?
Oh, I really want. What was it? Really want an R32 4-door. I think they're really cool just because, like I said, again, it's like something that because everybody that likes JDM cars, they want like the R34, R33, R32, but they want like the GTR.
Yeah.
But they don't want like something to me is cooler about like having like more of like the base model because you can still get the same front bumper, rear bumper, whatever. You can swap an engine. You know, I just think it's cool to have a car that's not normally like that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can go on a list of cars all day, but I really want one of those. I think they're pretty cool. That or, damn, put me on the spot. There's that car, and then I mean I have a list somewhere.
Yeah.
I really want. Kind of sounds cliche, but I want a GS 300, but like the one from Japan. So I don't know what they call it. I think it's a Ristio or something like that.
Yeah.
I really want one of those and import one of those and just build a VIP build. So
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever have a car that's not modified.
Yeah.
I think it's just
it's
just not
part of the
easy.
life.
It just can't happen.
Car guy.
Yeah.
I mean, my daily was a
Yeah.
Corolla, and that's that. So
Are you? Is that what you're driving? out there?
yeah, it's mismatched wheels and everything.
Shit's funny.
Can't
I
stop
looked at it.
dude.
I said, that shit's kind of cool. But it's like
kinda cool.
Again, it was built just off the point of like, you know, life is full of like really shitty situations, and you know, you never know what somebody's going through. That's what I try to like implicate now, like being older is like the other day I was at the store and some guy was at the gas station. I just barely got my job. I didn't have money. And the guy's like, hey, do you have any gas money I can have? I was like, I had $5. I'm like, I haven't got paid yet. I'm like, here, man, here you go. You know, like that's another situation of like his shitty situation. I'm already in a shitty situation, you know. So moving forward, like that car was just meant to be like put on for a week, laugh at it, and take it off. And then I just realized how much joy it gave people while driving on State Street, pictures on, like on the freeway, downtown, just anywhere. And just like the point was just if I could make somebody's day a little bit better. Again, giving car events does do that to somebody. I've had people say they've met their wives. They're weird. I don't know. I've had people say that they've like, I've had people get real deep where like, they were like, I'm really depressed. And like, they were thinking of suicide. And like, I get messages all the time where I'm like, damn, like I didn't realize that my events are like a gateway to help people out, like getting them out for 3 hours. So that's what really pisses me off when people ruin it. So like that, again, with that car too, is just like, giving somebody something to laugh about.
Yeah, shining a little more light on life.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Because like at the end of the day, you don't know what the person in front of you is dealing with at a gas station or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I love that.
Want to know what your guys' favorite cars are?
Oh,
what
man.
was your dream car?
Mine was the R32 GTR.
Really?
Well, it was an Evo 4 for a while because
Evo 4 is crazy.
Because I was that was the first car I ever built in Initial D. Okay. We would go play Initial D every weekend at the movie theater, and so I had it. My card was a yellow Evo 4.
Huh.
Yeah, my shit would be like a GTR as well, or if I can.
And I found out I didn't fit in those cars pretty well because of the big guy.
Or like, crazy modded Integra.
But if I wanted something crazy, it was like an i9. That was like my dream car.
Fair enough.
NSX probably too.
RX-7 FD for sure.
Yeah,
that was my favorite. But like, okay, there's this one car. It's a Hyundai too of all of them.
Like you drive on the Hyundai?
Yeah, bro. This is crazy. It's EV though, right? But it's a Grandeur. Looks like an old like 80s mob car. You got to put it on or something, but it was like it's fucking sick. And I usually don't even like electric vehicles. Like, I don't think it's that crazy.
Oh, you're talking about the new one that they're dropping?
Yeah.
It's hard.
I think it's a different one that you're thinking about because they put in a real one, like a real sporty looking car.
Oh, the supercar
in production.
Basically. Yeah.
But then the one that I like is just, I think it's just a concept.
It's like a bougie one.
Yeah, just
like an old man.
Sick,
yeah,
dude. Yeah, I think
I've seen that too.
I feel like
they're
the
doing
Godfather.
another one too. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like an E30 look almost.
Grandeur Hyundai. You guys are hating on me right now.
No one's hating.
Yeah,
nobody said.
Oh my god! I've never seen it. I can't hate.
Just do what you do. What makes you happy.
You know what, guys?
It's always back to him. Hey, that's how sensitive this man is, dude. No,
Kendell,
I don't even know what you're talking about, so I can't judge you.
Great chef special.
Oh yeah,
he did. But now we're at the end because I'm tired of hearing Moose.
I'm so tired.
What did I say? I don't know what I said.
No.
But Chef Special is just a segment that we have at the end of the show. Basically just free game piece of advice. And I'm saying you had a great one prior to Moose complaining about us making fun of him. I don't know.
Well, this is what we're talking about.
It's all good. It's all good. I don't know. I would just say, just do what makes you happy. You know, at the end of the day, you know, like, again, like I give a lot of my friends out there shit for like some stuff they do, but you know, it's all love, you know?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, just, you know, it's like, you know, like, I don't know I feel like if you're doing something, if you're being positive, good things will happen, you know, like if I got into depth on what happened with me this year, I've had a lot of shit happen, you know, and to the point where I wanted to give up on a lot of things. And I realized that, you know, like I have a house over my head, I have a car, have a job, I have food, clothes, you know?
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, like all this stuff is materialistic. And so like at the end of the day, I'm not going to take it with me. So I might as well enjoy it while I can. So, you know, if I can spread, you know, positivity one day at a time, no matter who it reaches or whatever, that's all that matters. So.
Yeah, that is true. That's the one thing we did learn from the podcast, that we don't know who is out there listening. We don't know who's watching us, but there's always someone out there watching us really. And they're always taking something that we are talking about and they're actually using it.
Yeah.
100%.
It's tight.
We're going to have to get you out to an event one day.
We'll go to the closer.
Yeah.
28? 28.
Yes, sir.
We'll go to the closer.
You have to bring some shirts out.
Oh.
Sell some shirts.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
Bring
We
some
might have
stuff.
to.
I'll tell them you're coming.
We'll talk about something
More-
after
more
because I have one
basket.
for the curry pizza. I have a shirt. The whole entire time we were talking, I had a shirt designing in my head. Yeah, dude.
He's got to be cooking tonight. He's like,
Not curry though, but
Yeah.
curry.
But Kendell, thank you for joining us on the podcast.
appreciate you guys having me. This is fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, I hope you're ready. You're gonna start doing some social media. You know, winter comes around. We need some.
You
fun
might end
stuff
up
going
buying
on.
this podcast. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Next week's episode.
I'll sell my Hot Wheel collection. We'll get it going.
We didn't even get into all that.
I know, I
So
forgot.
what
Hot
we
Wheels
do?
and the retro video games.
Yeah.
I got too much.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into another one with you. We'll probably do some content with you out at the event.
Yeah.
And
I'll
then
be there.
We'll go from there.
I better be there for sure.
Yeah. He's like,
Make an event.
It's
don't
your
show
shit.
up.
It's like it's your shit.
calling the cops on his own event. He's like, hey, get those guys out of
Get
there.
these out of
That's
here
not me.
now.
That's not me.
It's not permitted.
All right, y'all. But thank you guys for tuning
Appreciate
in.
it.
Episode
Thank you,
111
guys.
Off the Menu podcast. Make sure you check out Kendell, Utah Weekend Card Meets in the description below. Make sure you guys follow everything.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
Peace out, y'all.
111.
Play excellent. Play beautiful. Play proper.